Maybe you good? Yeah, that's probably it. I could be wrong.
The levels are good.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Oh God, it's your boy.
No, I got it.
Do a good Jay-Z accent.
We don't want that one.
You sure?
Check on your phone.
Oh shit, my bad, bro. I'm just saying they see it just as much as we
I
do.
know, but nobody's
Aggressive
responding.
right
We
there.
need to know.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure I fixed it though.
That was mad aggressive though, right?
AJ, mind your business.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Alright.
Did you like that when I said that?
So it was working that whole time.
What? The audio? Why he was fucking with you?
No.
I don't think you would
Danielle
do that.
just texted me that it was not. She couldn't hear anything either.
All right, I think we're good now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna restart because we were talking and you guys couldn't hear shit. So hopefully you guys are with us and can hear now. This is another installment of the With All Disrespect podcast. I'm here, Derek, and we are here with a special guest.
Hi.
AJ. I almost did it again. How the fuck I almost fucked that up twice?
It happens to the best of us, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so we're just gonna jump in because we kind of already was talking about it, but we are talking about the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix. We're gonna kind of just throw what we thought about it, and don't complain because it's been out for quite a while now, and you've had your chance to see it. If you haven't seen it yet, get on your shits, bro. So what you think about it?
Netflix isn't that expensive. I mean,
Half
could
these
sacrifice
motherfuckers ain't even paying for it. They on someone else's shit.
you could figure it out. But yeah, no. What I was saying is, I liked it a lot. I felt like it was a pushback against outrage culture at its finest. Like he was definitely making a statement with this one. I feel it wasn't just like I'm gonna say jokes. He's like I'm gonna say controversial stuff. And I think he's powerful enough that he can do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the same thing. I feel like the way he approached it was a clean way to do it, without compromising what he felt.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
because he said some wild stuff.
Yeah.
In there.
I think overall though, I appreciated or enjoyed this one more than the other. What was the last two? I forgot the names of them. Inequality or something.
Equanimity, something.
Yeah,
like that. I don't know.
Either way, they were all good. It's just I feel like this one itself really pushed the boundaries for a lot of the shit.
Yeah.
So
I just felt like, there's got to be genres to comedy, just like there is with music and everything like that. Because there's clean comics, and everyone knows that. Like, Jim Gaffigan doesn't really swear or anything like that.
Yeah. Yo,
But,
I didn't know this shit until like a year ago.
He like used to do like edgy stuff, but he said that the clean stuff was just more his alley.
You know who's edgy?
Who?
Bob
Saget.
Bob Saget.
Yo, Bob Saget. I listened to Bob Saget and I was like, no, Danny.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
do
like,
it.
You was a father figure for some of these motherfuckers. Yeah, but the Dave Chappelle stand up, I couldn't tell you which one, like what joke or what area he covered was my favorite, because it was just well rounded all together.
Oh yeah, it had some really great stuff in it all around. I really enjoyed it.
The alphabet people one might have been like up there. That shit was funny.
This is, I think, the third special in a row where he's doubled down on trans jokes. They keep getting upset.
He's killing it.
He just keeps going.
Like, I keep doing it. Do you think? Because that's why you're you. Like you're famous because you're true to yourself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
comedians have to be able to say what they want to say. Is every joke gonna hit? Of course not. But you gotta take. No, I honestly think everything was hitting there. But I'm saying like sometimes a comedian's gonna swing at a joke and miss.
Yeah.
But if they don't do it, they're never gonna get better. It's never gonna. Comedy is gonna be stagnant. Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah. What'd you think about it?
I didn't watch enough of it.
What?
Remember I left?
Yeah. Oh,
Were you offended and
didn't
left,
finish
or?
watching
I
it?
was so offended.
All right, that's what it was.
What part offended you? My favorite part, I think, also like it's so many parts that I call my favorite because the goddamn when he's talking about the buckshots and shit.
Oh yeah.
There's two. It was
buckshot.
He goes, you loaded like birdshot, buckshot. But I don't want to give away all the jokes. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's
highly recommend it.
For me, what would you give it out of 10?
That's a solid 8 or 9 out of 10.
I give it a 9.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, 9.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I feel like he was holding back a little stuff. I still think he has more to say.
He definitely has more.
And
Netflix is gonna give him all of the money to say it.
Shit.
I think he made like $50 million or something already. Like
$50 million?
Yeah, something.
Well, he had to make more than that probably.
No, I think it's like 20 million per special, and he's already on like 6 or 7. It's crazy. Doing that, the streets.
Yeah. So,
I don't know what's going on with me. I'm sweating.
like I said, it's been a while since we've done a podcast, but we have a couple things we want to talk about and give our take on. So I think I want to talk about that Chick-fil-A sandwich again.
Oh God.
Oh no, not Chick-fil-A.
No,
I
it's
said it again. It's
Popeyes.
Popeyes. I said Chick-fil-A again. I did that in the last one.
Why are you disrespecting
The
me?
Popeye sandwich has gotten ridiculous. First off,
It was out 2 months before it got big.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
It got viral after it got huge.
So obviously it was social media that got it all
Yeah.
like popping, but like, do we know where it came from or from who? Like, you know who? Like, was it?
I don't know exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure Twitter, like somebody just was talking about how good the sandwich was, like compared to Chick-fil-A, like just talking, best fast food chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
And then all the memes started coming, it blew up, and now they all sold out everywhere. You can't even
These
get one.
motherfuckers are back ordered on chicken sandwiches until October.
Did you see the commercial they made?
Nah, I'm not sure.
Where
Which
they were
one?
like, you can order a tender box and to make your own sandwich, bring your own buns and shit like that. It was wild.
I'm kind of afraid to open this right now.
What is it? Is it a penis? Oh, it's a penis.
No, it's not. Okay. Shit. Yeah, but so there was I forgot where it was exactly, but there was a guy that broke into. He went to a Popeyes to get the sandwich.
I don't remember where it was either.
I want to say it's some shit like Florida because y'all motherfuckers is wild out there, but. So he went to go get a chicken sandwich, and they told him they didn't have it. And this motherfucker pulled a gun, bro. Like it ain't that serious.
You can't get charges over a chicken sandwich.
No, hell no. Listen, I don't care how good the chicken sandwich is, brother. Because I know you was black. Listen,
It had to
man,
be.
the shit ain't worth it. Okay. Right now, Popeye's chicken sandwich is riding the wave, but don't forget about good old reliable Chick-fil-A sandwich. Don't forget.
I didn't know you hated gay people.
Huh? Listen, man. I don't discriminate nobody, right? But that fucking chicken sandwich. Oh, hold on.
It's a good chicken sandwich. It's worth it. What's up? It's all good. But yeah, that Chick-fil-A sandwich is the best chicken sandwich around, hands down. I would say. No questions. I haven't had the Popeyes yet, so I can't.
Listen.
That,
Every fast food restaurant or a fast food place has a secret menu. When you go to Chick-fil-A, order the Christian chicken. You're welcome.
What does that even
That's all
mean?
I'll say. You're welcome. Moving on to the next
Is there a
subject.
Chick-fil-A around here?
Yeah, oh yeah, like 8 minutes. You want to go after?
Yes.
All right, let's make it happen.
I'm gonna try that. Whatever that is.
So I'm gonna pull up the article, but there was a girl who got mauled. See if Brianna was in here.
Mauled?
Yeah, by might have been in Detroit actually. No. She was what, like 15, I think.
What?
19. Oh, Tennessee. Wow. I wrote it in my notes. All right, so there was a girl in Tennessee who was 19 years old who got mauled by 5 dogs. It was like a bull mastiff, a Great Dane, 1 pit bull, and then like
Feral dogs? Or?
no, these are someone's dogs, like actual dogs at their house. Now here's where it gets fucked up. The girl wasn't even on the property of where those dogs lived.
So the dogs were roaming.
You would think they were open roaming, right? But what the owner said was that that he had an electric fence or whatever,
And the fence died?
and it got overpowered. All 5 tried to run for it. What? I can't read that shit. I couldn't see it.
That's Daniela, and she said my mom said hi.
Oh, hey, no, hey, go. I don't know if she got. I don't know. So yeah, so she got mauled while she was like over there, but she was at that residence or whatever. So let's say it's like they're sitting on an acre of land, right? And technically it's like across the street in a sense.
Yeah.
Hold on. 1 second, guys.
Oh, man. Small amount of peas, carrots. I don't know what to say here. He's back. We didn't talk about him.
Said some off the wall shit.
No, it was calm.
Yeah, so say it's on an acre of land. She's technically across the street, but it's still kind of like the dogs can see her clear as day and all that.
Is he not feeding these dogs that they're just mauling people?
I don't even know because like the way the people who saw it said the girl was across the street, which they found out later that she was visiting somebody who she had spent the night with the night before. She
Stayed the night.
I don't know what the business is. That's her business. I'm just saying that's that. The dogs pulled her, like the people who saw it said the dogs are ripping her clothes off and stuff and pulling her towards the tree line. So you're talking whatever the distance from that house or the stoop of the other house back into some sort of a tree line, which usually
those are
is on the
not
outside.
Small dogs, you just said.
No, a fucking mastiff. You kidding me, bro?
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this motherfucker out here eating motherfuckers. They talk about Scooby snack. Yeah. So the girl ended up being able to pull herself away from the dogs for a moment, jump over like a fence, and literally bled out there.
So she
she passed. She didn't make it. Yeah.
Hate to see it.
So all dogs were euthanized or whatever, but like it was kind of, and then the owner was mad.
I mean, it's the owner's responsibility to take care of his dogs.
Yeah.
Also, you got to figure out he was doing something to those dogs that they were that vicious. There's no reason.
I think they were guard dogs, and basically what you told me is you had to deal in like meth or something, bro. Yeah. Like why you got 5?
There's no reason that 5 dogs are just gonna start bodying people. Like
like casually, all 5 dragging her and like ripping at her and shit. Like it's crazy.
It's frowned upon.
But what was so the owner was mad that the dogs got put down. Yeah, so
All of them?
all 5. Well, they fucking mauled the chick to death.
I know. You don't come back
No,
from
she
that.
wasn't. She was across the street.
You don't come back from that.
She did something.
Brianna, what's up? Okay, so my question, I'm gonna ask you a question about this because that was stupid.
I wouldn't blame women. What happened?
I don't fucking know. You kind of actually answered it when you said that was the owner's responsibility.
It is,
and I get the owner's upset because those were his dogs or whatever, and he raised them for, however long.
Dogs shouldn't be out here mauling people to death.
Why'd that lag?
Aiden's mom says hi.
Did that lag? Why did it lag?
What lagged?
Do you not see it's frozen?
Yeah, we're good.
You have it muted on there, right? So it's not playing over. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, Brian, what about you? What are you thinking? Since you heard about the girl, she got mauled, 5 dogs dragged her to the tree line.
So she didn't do anything?
She was over across the street picking up her purse or something that she left at the house across the street.
What do you gotta do
the night
to get
before.
5 dogs to maul you?
No, I want to hear your response because when you walked out, you said something.
Yeah, I mean, she had to have done something.
She was picking up her bag
So
from.
they just attacked her for no reason?
Brianna, you gonna tell me you never seen a dog just attack something or someone for no reason? Are you serious? You've never seen a dog just react. You're full of shit.
My best friend got his face bit by a Dalmatian just walking casually.
My mom got bit in the face by a husky.
It happens.
You want to be fucking pit bulls, Rottweilers, all different types of dogs. It don't even matter the breed. German Shepherds, sometimes they just react, and they could be good dogs.
Dalmatians are very aggressive. Actually.
Dalmatians get more aggressive as they get older, right? Because their senses start dulling.
But
I don't know. I want one. I don't give a fuck.
But how did they get out?
They were out roaming because the guy said he had an electric fence or whatever, and
the fence
So they jumped the electric?
how do you? It's not an actual fence if it's an electric fence, Brian.
It's like a.
It's
They
like
put something on them so that if you
Oh.
go past a certain limit, they go.
yeah.
They
So
clearly
they
didn't care.
whatever that was.
Yeah, that's how you get electrocuted. Your body starts switching. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Oh, you heard about the street parade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It turned out exactly how I thought it was gonna.
I mean, I didn't know how.
What are you laughing at?
You.
I don't know how being
it's
straight correlates to you gotta have a giant thing, build the wall display. Like if it's a straight parade, why are politics? If it's not political, why are politics involved?
And that's what I had said on a couple conversations that I had with like people around, and then also on here. I said we can't judge it until we see what it's really about. And this is the first one.
I mean, I still think it would have been ridiculous if they showed up and said like we're straight and we're proud, anyways, because there's no problem with being straight. There's been historically problems with being gay.
But you're gonna tell me that there's no struggles or battles that you face maybe as a straight man in general?
Not really. What problem?
With
Like,
another,
honestly, like,
I'm saying, like,
I'm trying to think.
everybody. I get what you're saying when it comes to like maybe like
Like there's some dudes that can't get laid, but that's not,
Apparently, it's a whole genre. What was that shit called?
incels. They're called incels. Yeah.
Bro, I was like,
Involuntarily celibate. That's what it
Yeah.
stands for. That's ridiculous.
that's fucked up, is what it is. And the motherfuckers who can't get laid and want to
Imagine being angry at somebody else because
But
you
what
can't
about-
get laid.
What about prostitutes? Can they just go?
I mean, yeah, but you don't want to pay for it. These guys clearly don't have like the funds or anything like that. Probably living in. Don't
That's
come
not
after
always
me,
true, because
incels.
sometimes they could be rich and just not good looking. I mean, yeah. Obviously,
there's
you'll have
plenty
like
of-
females that'll fuck you because you're rich, but I'm just saying, like, it could happen.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I agree, but I'm just saying that overall, you can't like straight parade is not a necessary thing. They did it, and of course, it immediately turned into like let's all blow Donald Trump for 30 minutes.
I know.
That's exactly what it was.
So,
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
like I
It's
said, since it was
what does that have to do with being straight? It
was the first one, so first annual one. Now next year they have something to gauge it, and you could be like, this is what we saw last year, and we're not about that. So at this point, we're not telling you no because it's a straight parade. No, we're saying no because we saw what your actual agenda behind it is, and that's somewhat innuendo to like hate crime, hate speech,
like
whatever.
Didn't they do it on Patriots Day or?
I don't know.
I don't know. Exactly
I want
I
you
didn't
to
pay
know this.
attention,
Here we
but-
go. We gotta go and do a conspiracy.
Uh-oh.
The parade was from, I want to say it was like 12. It was like 12 to 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
12 minus 4 is what?
8.
8 is what letter in the alphabet?
I don't know. I'm not doing this game. I
H.
can't.
H. What do Nazis and white supremacists put on their bodies? 88. What would that stand for?
Hail Hitler.
So I'm just saying, and then
Oh shit.
I'm just saying, like, yo, when I heard about this shit and I found out the day, I was like, what? And then they told me the time, and I'm like, bro, that's 8. Like, I know, like, I knew about 88 and shit like that, but
I mean, while that might be true,
look at she googling what day was the parade, doing all types of math and shit.
I seen the guys organizing this. I don't think they're that smart.
No, but the guys who organized it were the ones who also organized the free speech rally
Yeah.
that was here a couple years ago.
That also didn't turn out very well.
No, it didn't. Same thing. It was more protesters showed up than actual.
Yeah, it's
What do you call it?
dumb.
Listen, man. If it was literally just to celebrate like sexuality of being
Yeah.
straight or whatever, that's cool. Whatever, do your thing. Just like you have the gay parade, I'm all for it. Celebrate, be happy, and just live your life. But when you start doing it, and you're spitting or spewing like hate or something ugly.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is the point?
It was ridiculous. There was like people dressed up in Nazi
When I
propaganda
saw
and
the
stuff
wall
like
one,
that.
though,
I'm
I
like,
gotta
what's
lie.
wrong?
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like chuckled. I said, "Are y'all motherfucking serious, bro?"
Like it's like, all right, we're gonna make this parade about being straight, and I was like, all right,
It was August
it's dumb, but
31st.
okay, do it.
The
do your
group
thing.
that made it. What was their name? It was kind of funny. It was like
Super happy fun America.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, you fucking asses.
But yeah, like it's dumb. I think it's dumb. But if you want to do a straight parade, do it. But then as soon as you start bringing politics into it, and
But
every
not
time,
but not even
If you
just-
want to do a
it's
straight
not even
parade, do
just-
it the right way. Just like you have pride, and we say pride because that's what
Yeah.
the LGBTQ plus whatever call
Yeah.
it. But when they have that, everybody's welcome to come.
That's what I was gonna say.
Not everybody would have been welcome to the straight one. Let's be real. We saw it in the actions of the floats
what
that
do
they
you think about
had.
everybody making fun of Dwayne Wade for supporting his
No,
son at the Pride Parade?
fuck everybody.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Fuck
I was like,
everybody. Let his son live his life and be him and be happy.
and you should be happy
as-
that he's supporting him.
as
Like,
much as
If
everybody
he
want,
wasn't, he would have been.
exactly as much as
Yeah.
everybody want to talk shit about these black men or minority men not being there for their kids.
Yeah.
When this dude's there standing up for his kid, you want to say some shit?
all the,
Suck
pe-
my dick,
all,
man.
the
What
people,
the
all the
hell?
people without dads were mad.
But I'm saying, like, this dude was there for his kid. Like, we should commend that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but when I found out about it, I was like, wow. I didn't know anything about his son like that.
I didn't either.
But it was
until,
cool.
until this came out.
It was
and
cool
it
to
shouldn't
see
even
them
be a
walking.
news thing. He's a child. Leave
Didn't
him
they
out of
both
it.
have their like sweaters tied around their waist or something when they was
Yeah,
walking and shit?
he was supporting him. He was walking through Pride.
And,
He had
and
like
his
the.
older brother was there too.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the whole family was
That's
there.
what
They
you
were showing
do,
him
man.
love.
Like, what you want to talk about, like togetherness and how do we fix whatever the fuck this like society is right now. The way we fix it is just accepting each other and everybody just go about your fucking day. Don't worry
I don't
about what the
understand.
next.
Yeah, I don't
motherfucker's
understand
doing,
why
bro.
everyone's so concerned about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Who said that? Who I fuck don't make you come? Who was that? Was it J. Cole?
Yeah, I
Some
think
shit
Yeah,
like that,
that
right?
was
who you fuck
the
don't
one.
make me come.
Yeah, that was
Some shit like that. Yeah, yeah.
Just
And
took a
then he
little
goes-
trip
Yeah.
down to the
Yeah,
zone.
yeah,
and
yeah.
took a little sip. I don't know.
I'm just saying, it was just like it's real. It's super true. And motherfuckers is like way too heavy or too invested in getting their opinion out there. Sometimes your opinion doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Most of the time, your opinion doesn't matter.
Just like now, like right now, us talking right now, our opinions don't fucking matter, but we're doing it because we want to just get it out there.
I just want on record. I'm dumb. Don't like if I say something outrageous. That's just how it is. There's not.
Okay.
I'm not like There's no. But everyone's making uneducated opinions most of the time, and the people that we should be listening to are usually the ones that aren't listened to.
True story. Well, I will say though, like a lot of the times, and it's same thing with the Popeye sandwich. There's a wave of some sort, and people just follow the trend instead of thinking for themselves or whatever. And that's like for me growing up. You remember it was always different. Like think differently. I feel like every time nowadays, especially even with music, everybody's like, "Oh, that's dope. That's dope." All right, it's okay to critique. It's okay to say these bars or lines weren't as strong as your last one or something like that. But every song you hear is dope.
If you're an upcoming rapper and you can't handle, like, I'm not saying haters, that's completely different. But if somebody's coming at you and saying, "Look, I like your stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think this was good," and you can't handle that, or not even a rapper, just artists in general, like you're making art, you're making music, you're doing like paintings, whatever. If you need to be able to handle constructive criticism.
Yeah.
If not, it's just not gonna work out for you. You're not gonna be able to handle what's getting hit coming to you. Because if you do get blow up, that's gonna amplify. You think like local niggas are haters? It's gonna increase like crazy.
He's Puerto Rican. It doesn't count. He can
Sorry.
say that.
I didn't mean to.
He can say that.
Drop it.
He's
But,
Puerto Rican.
but if you think they're haters, it's gonna blow up.
Bro, do me a favor.
To
The
insane
boy
levels.
that killed his family. He's 14 years old. He killed a father.
Oh,
You heard about that shit? Yeah. Why you whispering? We talking. I just wanted to say it there. So.
because he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Then he called and helped the cops look for his gun or something wild like that.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Just
He
pull
was
up the
white?
article.
He was white?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yes. Shit.
No, no.
Of course.
He was
Wow.
mentally ill. Stop it.
Fair. Our bad.
I mean,
Is his dad a lawyer?
He
It
can
don't
be-
matter. He killed him.
he can be mentally ill.
his
and still be.
grandparents are standing by him.
Of course they are. This is a grandkid.
Why the hell was? But he killed your child.
He took his parents' debit card
Did he buy an
to
Xbox?
buy everything.
Did he buy an Xbox?
No, he bought everything to kill
Oh, the
them
gun?
with the debit card.
That is fucking dark.
Oh, wow.
Did he buy it at Walmart?
I'm laughing because it's fucked up. I'm not laughing because it's funny.
No, it's messed up. But
I'm like Dave Chappelle when he was talking about the transgenders being funny. He's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny, but it's kind of
imagine still.
First of all, his grandparents are dumb as fuck. They think just because he say, "Oh, I'm gonna love you," he not gonna kill you.
Wait a second.
He didn't kill them.
Yet.
They weren't.
He's in jail. Dumbass. He's not getting out. Oh, he might get out. You're right.
He's gonna get out.
He's gonna get 6 months, bro.
Could happen.
With the new
5 months. He's gonna get 5
law
months.
that passed
What the?
in
mental illness?
2012. No, the juvenile lifers.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He's locked up. He's locked up before he's an adult, so he gets a retrial or something when he turns
Yeah.
18.
That's fine.
Is it retrial or he gets the like?
I mean,
They,
did
like,
he
figure him out.
admit to it?
Well,
So
no,
it's not like
no.
he can,
So for right now, they won't try him with life unless they deem it's necessary. Before they were just you kill somebody, life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 5 people, so I don't think he's getting out anytime soon. But who knows?
You never know.
Especially if he bought the debit card, that means it was premeditated. That's
He knew
even
what he
wilder.
was doing.
It's true.
That's even wilder.
3 of the 5 victims were already dead when the police arrived. The other 2 were alive, but in critical condition.
That's crazy.
And then they died.
Wow.
Father, stepmother, and sibling.
So the mom's still alive.
No, his room.
Yeah, the
well,
real
maybe.
mom. Wow. Well, first of all, it's not real mom. You know, stepmom.
You
mom
said
too.
real
You
mom.
did say real.
I want to correct myself.
He got all angry. First off, it's not real mom. It's not,
I was angry at myself. It wasn't appreciated.
Yeah, but like that's just crazy. I'm glad you said what you said
It
though.
was in Alabama.
Bama. I'm glad you said what you said. Where it was Mental illness. Because why does that become the conversation or argument?
Because he's white.
When it's awful light-skinned people.
I mean, it should be the conversation for everybody. Because if you're taking somebody's life, most likely you're not in the right state of mind. So
yeah,
there's
like
something mental going on. But it just can't. That it's used as an excuse for.
Go ahead.
For white people. But like if I just snapped right now and tried to stab you or something like that, people would just be like, all right, there's clearly something going on. They wouldn't like think about the mental state. It's only when somebody's writing manifestos about how they're gonna blow up a building or something like that they're like, all right, clearly something's wrong. We gotta look into this.
Something's wrong with him.
We gotta figure out what the cause of all this is.
All right, what
do you know how old his siblings were?
It's like 8 and 6.
Don't tell me that.
Younger? Months. 6 months.
6 years. 5 years. 6 month old.
Didn't you say 5 people died?
Yeah, and then the mom.
And then the mom and the.
Oh shit!
Why are you gonna kill the baby? Baby can't snitch.
Huh? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him.
You think you can get him on the podcast?
Probably. I got a little bit of pull. I could probably have it. It could probably get.
I'll be like, hey, I know he's in jail right now, but it's important that we talk to him.
We need to know what was going on.
Make sure that we search him before he gets in the house, though.
Yeah. But hide the debit card. That's where it all started from.
That was the cause.
Too soon?
The debit card.
Too soon. Nah, it's distasteful. So.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay, so apparently he just found out that chick was not his mom.
So that's why he snapped?
But didn't you already say stepmom?
Now,
he didn't.
He didn't know at all.
He just found out that Mary was not his biological mother.
Yeah. Who
had allegedly, his real mom abandoned him when he was 3 and died in Indiana in 2011.
But his dad had him the whole time.
And
who hasn't been abandoned?
So
hasn't?
He thought this was his mom the whole time.
What?
Yeah, but so it's not. So kill her.
I don't. Clearly, we're not thinking like he is. The pieces of it. But
she dyed her light hair dark so he wouldn't feel different from his blonde siblings. The mom.
She dyed his hair.
Her
hair. Oh.
Wow, that's a stepmom of the year right there. And then she got bodied.
I know. He don't even know
killed
all
the dad
the work.
too for the betrayal.
I mean, the dad had it coming. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this is another thing I just find. It's wild. Like, personally, I couldn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, what the hell? I couldn't fathom getting pushed that far in general. Like, there's been times I've been angry and want to like fight a motherfucker.
It's getting dark.
What?
Apparently, they buried the baby with the mom in her casket.
Why? These are details I didn't need. I want to sleep tonight.
For me, that makes sense.
You watch murder documentaries?
I don't.
No. All right.
I try not to play them because this motherfucker get all angry if I do some shit. She got some like.
She gets
references and shit.
She's like, all right, now I know where to hide the body.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna help you know how to fucking end my life.
I'm on to you.
If anything happens, guys, you know what did it. Call 911. She abuses me. No. Yeah. So, I just don't know. I've been pushed like where I was angry and wanted to fight, but I don't know if I've ever been pushed where
I've never wanted to kill anybody.
Just, like,
never.
For what? Like, I'll fuck you up and probably try to body slam you on your head. That's it.
The thought has never once came to my mind to be like, I need to end this person's life. Ever. I can't. I honestly just say.
What do you mean, like ever? As in like
ever?
Like ever is like so absolute though. Like I don't think I like
there
thought like
been,
that.
Like
but
one time when you were like, I should stab him.
No. Like I get angry, of course, and like I want to fight somebody, but I've never been like, this person needs to die. Like this person needs to get away from me.
There
like
are people that deserve to die.
I wouldn't wish death.
Yeah, probably but
wouldn't wish death on nobody.
Exactly.
Personally.
I don't want to put that evil out there.
I'm not giving them that energy.
But
But I do understand like certain situations justifiable.
Yeah, like self-defense stuff like that. I get it, but it's just like you're just not killing nobody.
Nothing. Keep it going.
Okay, I said, I didn't say what. The fuck is she saying? Should I punch her in the throat?
Do it.
I can't read lips.
Do it.
What lips?
Ooh, you wasn't saying that.
So I was gonna talk about the 13 Reasons Why thing, but AJ hasn't watched it.
I refuse to watch 13 Reasons Why. I feel like it helps promote suicide to young teens and
promote suicide.
I feel like makes it more appealing to them. Like whether like, hey, because I like know the theory of it, like the idea and stuff. Yeah. Like it's like, all right, I'm gonna get revenge on everybody by killing myself and then sending them tapes so that they know they're the reasons why and stuff like that. It's like that's not a healthy mindset. You shouldn't be putting that out there. And like the audience that it's supposed to be targeted to adults, but there's young impressionable kids watching it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's Netflix's fault that these kids are watching it. The parents should be monitoring what they're watching and stuff like that. But I feel like it got huge in a very teen place where it's volatile, and I don't know. I can't watch it for that reason.
I will say the book is really good though.
I'm sure it is. I'll probably end up reading it. Like it's not. I don't have a problem with like the premise of it. I just feel like it became this huge viral thing that I feel like it shouldn't have for the reasons I say.
Yeah. I mean, I could see like the reason why you would think like the way you did, but when you watch the show, the way it pans out, it just kind of shows you like the overload of stress on her. It doesn't. It wasn't like at first when you first do like read or listen to the synopsis, it sounds like she did it out of spite to get back at. You know what I mean? But when you watch it, how it all unfolds, it you can kind of be like, oh shit, I can see how she got overwhelmed.
Yeah, and I get that too. But it's like that's your perspective as an adult. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if a teen's gonna watch that and be able to get that message.
But now they have.
There's a difference though. I don't think it's bringing. It's not glorifying or justifying it. It's bringing light and awareness to suicide and all that stuff.
But now before every episode, they have the
shit before and after. It's like
and I think that's because you might have to look this up. I think it's because teen suicide started spiking after the debut of that show.
It could have.
I thought it was just there was a lot of people talking.
Well, people did get mad about it, but the thing is, like,
but you can't get mad.
The first episode, she committed suicide. So how the fuck you get mad at the end of the season
when she does it?
Yo, she killed herself. Bro, she was dead from the beginning. She told you that.
I mean, it was pretty clear that
Yeah, it's like okay, why are you upset? But anyways.
But it's the same shit. It's the same shit as fucking Pretty Little Liars and all those shows.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of those, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
I started watching it. It was horrible, but Pretty Little Liars is the same. There's 4 girls that kill one of the girls, hide the whole situation, and then I don't know, she kills herself or some shit.
Who killed herself?
The girl that they thought got murdered. I don't know.
Wait, so she was alive?
It's fucking confusing. But what I'm saying is...
How many seasons are there?
There's a lot. There's like...
They had to make it confusing then. They had to drag it out.
Yeah, it was... So I stopped watching.
This motherfucker said 12. That's a lot.
It's
I don't want to watch 12 seasons of anything.
But all the young girls watch that, and it's all about like...
I don't know.
Homicide and shit and how to cover it up.
Well, a lot of these shows are some sort of like killing, and then they also add in like a homosexual aspect of things, and like people find issues with that. You know what I mean?
Euphoria.
What?
I love that show. Have you watched that?
Did you watch that?
No, not yet. I've been watching on HBO right now. What I'm watching is The Righteous Gemstones. I love that.
Nope, she's not dead. See?
What?
For Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, that's my
okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So
she's not dead.
The Righteous Gemstones.
She's not dead. 12 seasons later.
But she was never there. She was always A.
The Righteous what?
Righteous Gemstones is a great show right now on HBO. It's Danny McBride, John Goodman, Adam Devine from like Workaholics. They play like this evangelical pastors.
Oh yes, I want to watch that.
They're like rich, and that's what I'm watching on HBO right now. After that, that's when I'm going to be watching Euphoria. After that,
yeah. Watch Euphoria with your girl, so you have an excuse to watch it.
Why?
It's kind of weird to watch it by yourself.
I made Derek watch it.
I'll watch it anyways.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
It's different. Yeah. It's different. You're gonna have moments where you're like, what the fuck, but.
I mean,
stick it out.
There's like plenty of moments in Game of Thrones where I was like, "What the hell's going on right now?" But I still watch it anyway.
Are they spoiling it?
Yeah. All right, that's fine. The show's over anyway, so if it got spoiled.
She said she pretended to die to get back at them.
Oh, bitches!
That was like catty. Years in the making,
right? You know what I'm saying?
That's the next level petty. I love it. I love it.
Petty as shit, bro.
I wish I had that energy.
I'ma pretend I'm dead.
She stopped going to school and everything.
Yeah.
Fuck education. I'm down for this.
I'll fake death forever.
I swear.
Have you seen the Black
Hold on, baby. I'll come. Good.
So what's next? What are we talking about? What's in the streets?
Actually,
Besides Pretty
so
Little
there was this rapper from Philadelphia
Yes.
who was dating a female who's a trans girl. He actually knew she was a transgender female. I said trans. Yes, I did.
Is that the
Get all upset
Empire
if you want.
dude? No, that was a different guy.
What Empire did?
There's a guy on Empire, I guess, that was dating trans people. Now it's came out that he's been dating younger trans people, so it's like it's worse. Like it's
Who
bad.
is it?
Malik Yoba, something like his name like that. Or
Who is he
like
in the
that?
show?
I never watched Empire, so I don't know.
Me either.
But
I don't know. I hope I know who I want it to be. But I ain't gonna say
so
it.
I guess he's been dating younger and I guess he's been messing around with like teenagers that are trans. So it's like got exposed, and now he's been kicked out of like a fraternity and stuff like that.
So
like,
is he
wild.
still acting?
Right now he is.
Malik Yoba?
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up right now and see if you know who he is. This dude.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
He was in New York Undercover, bro.
I never watched that.
You
either.
my god, your fucking age is showing. Mine's is too, but you should know that.
I have
So the partner from New York Undercover, the black dude, I seen that. Yeah, he said he was like attracted to
trans women.
women.
Yeah, he like did it in a freestyle rap, which was super weird on
really?
YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I didn't know that. Anyway,
He was like, I'm a freestyle.
he came
Michael
out
Phelps.
actually defended the rapper.
Oh.
So the rapper, whoever, I don't know his name, and I don't want to stay on my phone trying to pull it up, but
Is he? So he's from Philly?
yeah, he's from Philly, right here, bro.
Meek Mill?
No. He fuck Nicki, bro. He fuck Nicki.
I'm just kidding, Meek Mill. You know I like you when you're yelling.
So actually, I don't even know who that is. Let's go on NBC. I'll try that. I'm gonna go.
I got it. Who's the Philly rapper that?
All right, so his name was
What
Reese,
is
I
Trent?
think. So Philly man dies by suicide after being bullied
I
for
saw-
dating a
I
trans
saw-
woman.
I
Nah.
saw on Twitter like he was defending it, and then he ended up ending his life after the fact, which is terrible.
Yeah, so a lot of the times when he would be walking down the street, which also he has. So a lot of the times walking down the street, motherfuckers would like test him and give him shit for it, right?
Yeah.
And in one of the videos, the guy was like, "Oh, you ain't fucking bitch, you ain't fucking bitch, you sucking dick." And when I saw that shit, I laughed because it's like, oh shit, he really just threw that out there like that. And this dude's just probably walking out of the fucking convenience store.
Just trying to live his life, man.
I only laugh because it's like it's fucking it's so absurd. Like it's like
yeah,
this
it's a
dude's
wild
just
thing,
going
man.
somewhere.
It's a wild thing to just.
Yeah.
Once
like,
again,
he's
why
heckling him,
you
he's
why you
walking
obsessed
behind him.
about what this dude's doing?
Exactly.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
So the guy from New York Undercover came out to defend him, saying that it was like, oh, he's also found himself to be attracted to trans women.
Yeah.
And that to explain it to his kids or whatever, it's a conversation that he's gonna have to have.
Well, he did it by freestyle rapping on YouTube, so
I
that's
didn't know that, and I will check it out. But I also didn't know that the motherfucker was dealing with young transgender.
Yeah, so I guess that just came out recently. That it's like underage
Like
transgenders that.
Kids?
Yeah,
like
teenagers, but
Well,
still
yeah,
kids.
still kids.
let's clarify. That's
Yeah,
still
it's
kids.
still kid.
But yeah, so he's been doing that.
And so the kid who, and I'm not shitting on this dude at all. I don't know him. But from looking at it, when I see the pictures and stuff they post on him, you got all the tattoos on his face and stuff like nowadays rappers are doing.
That's what they do.
But he also looked like he was heavily inebriated. Like he looked like he was fucked up on some sort of a drug in almost every one of the pictures.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just pictures that like the media was like the news was posting. It was
like his
social media pictures too that people knew him. And it was just kind of like. And I'm not saying this because he's like attracted to whoever he's attracted to, but what if there was also some sort of a?
I'm sure if you're doing that much drugs or whatever, you're medicating yourself for something. So
yeah, that, or he might also have a some sort of a what do you call that? Like a not learning curve, but you know what I mean? Like
there's something clearly not
100%.
Not because of the trans thing, but if if you're constantly have to be high or drunk or whatever, there's something wrong with you that you gotta.
Alcohol. What are you talking about?
I already finished mine.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not constantly drunk.
I never said you were constantly
Just
drunk.
like-
You just bringing up being constantly drunk as an issue. What if I was
Are you-
partying?
Are you constantly drunk?
Not constantly. I have like a couple hours off.
That's fine. As long as it's not affecting anything, I guess.
When I'm sleeping, I'm still drunk.
Sleeping. You hate it when you lay down.
What is a cisgender?
Cisgender is when you're like
socially normal. Like
so you're
born
with your
okay.
Well,
cis hetero male.
I
like
don't know. I can't speak for everybody in this room. Wow.
But yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I just find it to be bullshit that he had to deal with whatever.
Yeah,
criticism.
it's terrible that you get blown up viral for dating a person you want to date. That's
here's where this is gonna be the unpopular opinion. At the same time, by dating this person and being a rapper and in the limelight, you know.
But how big of a rapper was he? Really?
You don't have to be that big. Just like, all it takes is 1 or 2 people to notice you on the street.
But what does it matter?
It doesn't. But what I'm saying, and like I said, it's
gonna come out eventually.
Especially being a rapper, rap music and the culture does not accept a certain type of people, right?
No, it's.
And I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it is what it is. That's what's the state of that genre of music is. Mm-hmm. So you should have known or been ready in some sort, like had your circle strong or whatever. And I'm not knocking this dude at all. He dealt with whatever he was dealing with, and it was bullshit that he shouldn't have to deal with. Definitely. But at the same time, you do know there was gonna be some backlash, just like Lil Nas X.
Especially in Philly of all places.
I know.
Philly dudes are savages.
Man, why his dudes following him, man? Shit was crazy. I'll show you the video later.
Philly dudes are savages.
But like just the same thing with Lil Nas X. He said me and my team knew
it was gonna there was gonna be blowback.
He said he wanted to do it on his own time, and he wanted to do it while he was still relevant.
Yeah.
So he waited until his motherfucker hit.
Are you trying to say that Old Town Road is gonna be his one hit single?
No, I'm just saying right now he's relevant, and he's like really hot in the media right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, my favorite song from him is Panini.
Did you hear the remix with The Baby that just came out?
I'm still like kind of like trying to figure out if I like The Baby.
Wait, so I mean, I don't know how real this is, but it said that he was. All right, I'll come help you in a minute.
Is that the one?
No, I can't find it. That he was a heavy drug user and he threatened to take his life and hers.
Okay.
And then she left him, and then he was like, "Oh, you gonna leave me?" And then he killed himself.
Okay, well that's a whole different story. So it wasn't
they
the
said
scrutiny,
a lot of
or was it?
It led. It
probably
stemmed from whatever bullying and shit that he was dealing with. I'm not gonna lie, Chick-fil-A is on my mind now because we talked about the
same man. I'm getting nuggets and a sandwich.
I'm gonna get the
put
sandwich.
I might
get a milkshake.
We've
I'm
been
sorry.
on for 50 minutes.
Only 50? We're still rocking.
And it's early.
Yeah, no, we chilling. Yeah, because everybody else gets here mad late. But let's talk about.
I'm punctual,
Jay-Z.
baby. What about him?
Jay-Z is killing it right now.
Clothes
I love the movie made with the NFL, and a lot of the black community or all these woke motherfuckers need to take a back seat and shut the fuck up. Because as much as you are complaining and upset that there are no black
owners,
no, the black players don't get to put their opinions and feelings out there like that or whatever. You need to realize that there are no black owners in the league. Puff Daddy went to go get his own group to put money together and own the Carolina Panthers and was shut down. Do you know why? Because the other owners of the other teams said no. There is not one person. There's only one.
They didn't want Ciroc Stadium.
I'm just saying, like Ciroc Stadium would be dope as fuck, bro. Tell me that. I'll be in there.
Those cheerleaders would be next level.
Shit. Talk about thickums. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But
with 2 C's thick.
But yeah. So it's like that's what tires me out. We're talking about a league or a sport where almost 92 or 96% is a minority or like black. Like,
yeah, it's majority.
You want to tell me that not one team is owned by a black person? You have like a Middle Eastern owner, I think. It was the Falcons. I think it's the Khan family.
Is it?
I think so.
I would be honest. I don't know.
They own the Falcons. Do you remember the Super Bowl when the guy came down and was standing on the field? That's the owner.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like, we don't have, and I say we is the fucking, I hate doing that, but we don't have someone like that that's representing at a level.
But did you hear that Jermaine Dupri got offered a similar thing and Jay-Z told him to turn it down?
I didn't hear that. Oh shit.
So it came out.
Because he wanted it for Rock Nation. That's why.
Yeah, it came out that the NFL approached Jermaine Dupri and was like, before the ownership thing, it was like, hey, you know how they were doing a joint project with Rock Nation?
Yeah.
So I guess they came to Jermaine Dupri first and offered him. They offered him way less money than they did Jay-Z and stuff.
Obviously,
but
Jay-Z
they like
bring in more.
yeah. But so they offered him that, and he consulted with Jay-Z because he was so vocal about the Colin Kaepernick thing and everything like that. And Jay-Z told him, "Don't take it." So that kind of adds a wrinkle to it. It's like, is he just doing that to set up his own paper? And if so, does he care about the movement?
You know what?
Or is he just trying to put money in his pocket?
I think where Jay-Z is at in his life right now, he's already
wealthy.
Set. He's set. At this point, this move right here isn't about money. It's not about him. He has everything to lose in this situation, right?
Yeah.
Where Jermaine Dupri, we don't know where he stands money wise and all that right now. Like, it's kind of, he's probably doing all right, like living good and like a healthy, wealthy life. But Jay-Z we're talking generations of money. You know what I mean, for Jay-Z. And by him being able to take this next step and being part of the NFL.
Yeah.
Now we're talking guys like Kaepernick and whatnot, and it might not be the iteration of actual like Kaepernick right now.
Yeah.
But it will be other people later coming through
able to get in.
That'll be able to get in. That'll be able to own the team. That'll be able to kneel and things like that. This is our foot in the door, and Jay-Z is the one who's leading the charge. Kaepernick should back it up. People who was on the same boat as Kaepernick should be like, Jay-Z, get in there.
But how do you feel about him saying that he talked to Kaepernick and then Kaepernick saying that there was no communication?
That's neither here nor there for me. I mean,
but wait,
did Cap
say it or was it his girl?
Cap's agent, lawyer, whoever he has saying, because he doesn't really make public statements like that anymore. Yeah. He does it through retweets and stuff like that.
If I
go to the bathroom, I don't want to be like that.
I got this. Yeah, so I just feel like with the whole move, I think it's a great power move for the community, for everybody, all together, for anybody who likes the sports or whatever, because Jay-Z will bring the group or the following that he already has to the NFL. That'll be new following or whatever. People who might not have watched it as much might tune in more, and then it's things that he's controlling are like the what artists will be at certain shows and whatever it is. You know what I mean? So like for the Super Bowl, he'll be handling the halftime show and things like that. No, go excuse yourself, please. So like I'm all for the move. I think it's the first step into many of being able to have a black owner in the NFL. Hold on a second. And everybody who's so woke and like Jay-Z did this selling out. No, he didn't. He's willing to be the martyr. If this shit fails, it all goes on him, and it'll be a like you said, a wrinkle on his name. It won't be a wrinkle on Rock Nation's name. Rock Nation is set. Jay-Z is set. So anything he's doing now is to help the progress and betterment of his people, or people that have like-minded or or think similar. So I'm all for it. Another thing that we were talking about before, and it kind of just made me laugh, is like this cancel culture. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, listen, if I buy a fucking Tommy Hilfiger windbreaker or something, and then the next week we ain't fucking with him, that's a nice ass windbreaker still.
Yeah, but
I bought that shit with my money. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of the people that say, boycott whatever, or cancel this, can't afford it. They're not buying it.
Yeah.
That's why
we're talking about cancel culture now.
Cancel culture is ridiculous. I mean, some of it's good. I think at a point it was good when we were calling out scumbags and everything like that. I thought it was good, but at this point we can't cancel somebody over tweets that they made 8 years ago.
True.
Like it's
not,
just can't.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the same as I heard you talking about Tommy Hilfiger. I don't think cancel culture is the same as like a business that's getting paid for by minorities, basically, majority minorities, and then talking bad about them. That's
no. I was saying more so like the community itself need to make up its mind, because just like they was like we ain't fucking with Gucci. And next thing you know, you see all these rappers still rocking their Gucci shit.
Yeah, because they already bought it.
All these woke motherfuckers is like, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, all right, but you still got your Gucci shit in your closet.
That's what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter because Gucci already has that money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't agree with that fucking sweater. I don't agree with.
That's.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't agree with the
I can't believe that got through testing. That people like there was a group of people
like,
that were like,
"Who the fuck approved this?"
because you know that just isn't one person makes
was
that
a white
decision.
lady.
There was a
That
group of
motherfucker-
people that
you
were
guys
like,
It was a white lady.
this is good. There's probably the one black employee sitting there like, I can't mess up my check. Yeah, let's do it. All right, it's
Yeah.
fine. Like, it's like I can't mess this check up, but I disagree.
But yeah, like I said, like let's get clear cut and get on board with whatever it is, and all rock out at the same time, so I know who I ain't fucking with, and tell me how long they are in trouble, how long they in timeout.
How much? Yeah.
But
You know what I mean? Like
everybody's an individual though. You can't.
no,
Like the culture is not one person or one thing.
Oh no,
so-
but wrong is wrong.
No, wrong
You know
is
what I
definitely
mean?
wrong. But
So,
you know,
like we cancel a whole fucking family in our history. Do you know what I'm talking about? If I say Germany,
oh yeah,
who? You can say it.
Hitler.
Why do you say Hitler? But it was only one. It was the action of Adolf. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was Adolf who did it.
Oh.
But we canceled the whole family. Or we shunned the whole family. I shouldn't say cancel, but we shun it. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's relativity. We got to speak on specifics, not just general. You know what I mean? So, like, when we say the whole community or culture, like, yeah, everybody needs to pick whatever we upset about and then move in on that.
Chick-fil-A and Popeye's chicken sandwiches.
Fight it out.
Make your decisions.
First off, I'm still trying to get my hands on some of the fucking chicken sandwiches. Are we gonna do that shit live and eat them?
What if you do and it's trash? Are you gonna?
Who? I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm gonna stay with my good old
The
Chick-fil-A.
memes are a lie.
The Chick-fil-A is where it's at. First off, I don't know.
First of all, the memes probably are a lie.
From what I heard, I watched this video. This big boy eating that shit
Oh my god.
with the mayonnaise and the pickles. Yo, the way this motherfucker was flipping out, I was like, bro, I need to try that shit. He was like, and the mayo. I was like,
Yeah, but is he one of those dudes that like makes food blogs? So he has to be all extra.
Well, I mean, this motherfucker was like 400 or 500. You know, so I mean, shit. That's a
Goddamn,
big
goddamn.
boy. Yeah, his titties are titties.
That frowned upon?
Give a fuck. I'm
It's
just saying
facts.
what it is, bro. You know how when the fold folds on the side?
I didn't need the visual.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Anyways.
description.
It is what it is, bro. I'm just saying that's what. He had like a couple hundred watch. I watched him. It was funny. Yeah, but I was telling you the other day, and it's because we talk about Jay-Z, so we're talking about like now it's a little bit about music. I was driving home and listened to
The
on
radio?
Tidal. No, Tidal.
No.
It had like summer hits or whatever.
Yeah. And you
And-
didn't know any of the songs?
I didn't really know him, but I just let him play, and I fuck with Megan Thee Stallion a little bit.
Meg Thee Stallion is riding a very big wave right now. I'm not.
What is it called?
I'm not. Hot Girl Summer is Hot Girl
yeah,
Summer.
No shit. Yeah,
She's
dog.
like basically, and now
I was out. Clearly, I was out of the way for it. Though.
and now she's in the middle of Hot Girl semester. She's in school. She really is. She be tweeting, putting
Oh,
on,
for
on
real?
school.
Oh,
like
shit.
she's filling out, doing papers, listening to music,
Yeah.
turning up.
Somebody said,
I don't hate on it.
I don't know
No,
who
do
it
you
was,
think?
but somebody said,
It just took me forever to listen to her music, and when I heard it, I was like, "Damn, this shit kind of remind me of like a southern hyphy. Like it got that like West Coast bump to
but
it.
how many songs have you listened to?
Like four, five.
It gets real graphic.
Oh man, that's what I kept saying to you. Right? I was like, this bitch kept saying,
That wasn't her.
Yeah. What song is that with her and
The baby.
the baby? See,
I
he
don't
knew.
remember
He
that
knew. I thought this nigga knew. He played.
But yeah, no, Hot Girl Summer's in the middle. Is thriving right now. She's doing well. And
So no, Hot
get
Girl
your
Summer
checks.
is ending.
Oh, it's
what's the other
ended.
thing
Now
called?
she's in the
No,
middle of
now-
Hot Girl semester.
No, now it's
City Girl.
Fuckboy Fall.
Fuck boy fall.
Who came up with that? Where'd you see that? Give me a pen.
I think she made that up.
Give me something to throw
She
at
ain't-
this motherfucker. She looked AJ dead in the fucking eyes.
I know. Why was I targeted?
That was cold, bro.
Oh,
It's called
God.
fuckboy fall.
Fuckboy Fall.
But yeah, so you know, Meg Thee Stallion's doing a thing right now. And she's hot. Hopefully she can continue it.
I think if she's doing the writing herself, holy shit.
And she
But if
just
she
got
got-
signed to Rock Nation.
That's another thing, yeah. So she gonna be at that brunch.
At this point, you don't know who's writing.
No, but I'm just saying, whoever it is, don't fuck it up. Right now, this is her wave. Let her be that.
She's doing well
And
right now.
I think it helps that Nicki Minaj isn't.
Oh, she was gonna have her niche
She
regardless.
retired.
No, I'm not saying she didn't have her niche, but I'm saying like now I feel like she.
It's just Cardi and her right now. Really.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
Lizzo's doing great, but she's not
But
really a
Lizzo
rapper.
isn't.
Yeah.
Cardi is going on to her second album? Or
Yeah, something like that.
Third?
No, it wasn't Invasion of Privacy. Or
That was her first?
No,
Her
she
first
had
album?
another one.
it was a mixtape, I think.
And
I
she
don't-
got she
album.
had an album, and she's getting sued for it because the dude said he didn't approve to be on her cover.
No. I haven't been paying
So
attention.
I gotta be honest though, like personally, I didn't give Cardi B much of a chance altogether. Don't know why. It kind of had like a, I don't know, maybe like a. Just wasn't for me.
I'm not a fan of Cardi B's music, but I do respect her hustle and the fact
For
that
sure.
she's
That's
killing
what,
it
that's
right
what
now.
She was
Like,
telling me too. Is like
I'm not a fan. Like, I'll be honest, I
No.
don't really like her songs. I think most of
But
her
that's the
her
thing,
verses sound the same.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's the thing is,
watch your mouth.
in
No,
general,
okay.
you don't have to like a
I
person's
respect
music.
I respect the hustle. She is killing it right now. She's making crazy
Hold on, but
money.
that song with her and fucking
Offset?
Offset, that shit is
Clout.
that clout.
Yo, but that new one with her, Fat Joe, trash,
Yes.
trash.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh no, I think those were
I
mixtapes.
I
bro.
wasn't fucking with it.
I think those are mixtapes.
The one with her,
Gangsta bitch.
yeah.
Whatever. Moose.
Yeah, I
Is
think
there
those
a
are mixed.
dude-
I think Invasion of Privacy is her
there
only
a
like
dude,
big album.
is there a guy like eating her or something?
In her toe.
That's not.
Oh
the show.
yes. Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that
Whoa,
was.
that is graphic.
This one, right? What
yeah,
the hell?
he's suing her.
Jesus.
The likeliness.
That's not Offset.
Oh, you messy. You messy. Yeah, but yeah. So, who right now are you like really like vibing or listening?
I'm
to?
gonna be honest. I haven't been really listening to a lot of newer music. I feel like hip hop is at a weird place right now. Not like music wise, because they're still killing it. It's obviously still like the hugest thing. But I feel like we need to start making genres for hip hop.
Yeah.
Because everyone's
Subsection,
always arguing
like
about
that.
real hip hop stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you listen to rock, you have alternative rock,
Yeah.
metal,
Soft,
like all
yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. We need
But
to do
hip-hop,
subcategories.
They don't really. You have the old school, you got the backpack rappers and stuff like that, and they all give themselves these terms. But like, mumble rap is its own genre of music.
and
And
but
people
they
don't
won't-
like it.
They don't
like,
go by the term mumble
No.
rap. I don't know.
Yeah, I know
They need to.
Half of them, first off, half of them want to be like, "Oh, I'm not a rapper. I'm a rock star."
Yeah,
No, motherfucker, because now you're trying to classify music as rock.
yeah. So I'm just like, you know,
No, because your sales go from a demographic of rap fans. You know what I mean? So you can't say I'm a rock star. Want
like
rock
Post
and roll.
Malone, I think was one of those dudes that said like he's a.
Time to fuck out. Post Malone is one of those dudes that transcend the genre, in a sense where he's like Drake. Drake can rap and then he can also sing.
I feel like Drake gets too much hate. I'm just gonna say
No,
it here.
I'm with you 100%.
Post
The
Malone
man,
just needs to like.
the man has been on the top of like
For 5 years, 6 years.
Drake since Thank Me Later in like 2008. It's been like 11 years that Drake has been the top of hip hop.
I don't know because when Thank Me Later wasn't Lil Wayne still doing his thing with him.
Lil Wayne has
Like Lil Wayne kind of carried the
and-
boat a little bit, right?
No, Miss Me came out, which had Lil Wayne on it, but the big hit was Over. He wasn't on Over. He wasn't on Best I Ever Had.
Over was
Like
really good.
all of that was on
Yeah.
Thank Me
Time out
Later.
though.
and
You
stuff like
can't
that.
say you want to say Drake was on the top the whole time.
I think Drake propelled.
Or
who?
like he lost like certain years.
No.
He definitely lost to
he
Kendrick
takes
twice.
He takes off. Yeah, but
Twice.
for me,
No,
no. But for me, Kendrick.
Uh-huh.
For the real hip hop heads, Kendrick will always like beat a Drake CD for the most
No,
part.
for sure. That's what.
Yeah,
that's
but,
what I'm saying. It's
But
just like,
public opinion,
oh no,
Kendrick doesn't have the hits like Drake does. I'm saying
because,
just Drake
because
like,
Drake can go for the demographic
Yeah.
of like the summertime kind of shit.
yeah, but that's
Where-
why. So Drake has had like, in my opinion, every summer,
Every
for the
summer,
most
for sure.
part, has had like a hit and
Time
it's
to
been
fuck
at the
out, 'cause
top.
now you talking because my niggas Ray Shrimmered now.
Ray Sherman, I like them, but
No, but
do
no,
they have
Drake definitely. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Overall,
overall,
yeah.
he has been the most consistent. J. Cole for.
But it's,
J-
it's
J-
Here's,
Cole-
fine.
J. Cole
a, here's an unpopular opinion
Did he
that I
not
know a
fall
lot of
to
people are gonna like.
underground in a sense?
No, well, yeah. Here's an unpopular opinion that I
Okay.
like J. Cole. I cannot stand J. Cole fans. They
That's
are
fair,
the
that's fair.
worst. Like
That's fair.
they constantly talk about how underrated he is when he
I'm a
constantly
piggyback off of that.
makes he makes platinum CD albums every time.
Every time.
And they're
He's not
like, he's so
underrated, it's
underrated. I'm like, he's one of the top rappers out right now.
He's not underrated. He's not.
He's
in the-
low key,
No,
and he
literally-
keeps it like that.
Yeah, he's like a minimalist
And that's fine.
almost.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I'm gonna go off of that. I love J. Cole. When he first came out, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is just as dope as Kendrick, if not better than him at certain times. I am tired of woke J. Cole.
Woke J. Cole doesn't bother me. It's not. You want Mr. Big Watch and J. Cole?
No, I just want J. Cole.
Work
J. Cole.
out.
Like like that's fine. Like those kind of songs were fine, but when
But you let Nas down.
That's dude. Was that not a good song? You didn't like the song?
No, I'm just saying. He made Workout, and then he was like, "I let Nas down." I was like, "Do you not know Nas made You Owe Me with Genuine?" Like,
so
he's not all woke either.
I can see what you're saying, and definitely there was consistency over
like Drake has been
Drake.
consistent, is what I'm saying. Can you name another rapper from that period that is can still release a CD or album like Drake can that would still be huge? I don't think I can. J. Cole obviously will release one and it'll be big.
Yeah.
But that's his group. His fan base is so
rapper,
dedicated.
right?
Rapper, not an artist, because artists is other transcendental artists.
Who can drop one at any point?
Who's like your favorite right now?
My favorite right now, Solo Lucci. I fucking with that album, bro.
You really like that album?
Have you know who he is?
No,
Alright,
I'll listen to it.
Here's the thing, the fucked up part is Brown watches a show called Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And he was on a season. But he kept talking about his music, that the album's gonna come out. And then the album dropped like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And it popped up on Tidal, and I was like, why the fuck I remember this motherfucker's name? So I put it on, and I was just like, this is some good like bumping music, like, you know, like driving or just out doing shit. Like the dude put together a fucking strong album.
Yeah.
And there's times where he's actually like putting in good bars, and it's
he
not.
sounded like
I used to be.
He can switch up. Yo, this motherfucker sounds like Drake in one of them, bro. I was like.
He's like,
No, seriously.
No. It's not even that. It's not even that.
Let's not even go there because Drake stole his flow from Big Sean.
yeah.
Drake has co-op several flows, and that's the thing.
Fuck.
Like,
no.
You can
the flow that Drake got big off of
was the Big Sean. Yeah, Big
So-
Sean did that with like Fat Raps, a whole bunch of
That's what
old mixtapes. But have you heard Single Again? That song is trash, and I will stand by Big Sean's new song that he came out with after Janae Aiko.
I don't know. You heard Berserk?
I like Berserk
Because he got my fucking homie ASAP Ferg on there.
Ferg's on there, but like, you know, Big Sean also he came out around that same era. Doesn't have the staying power that Drake did.
The problem is, Big Sean started doing the dating like.
He had to make that CD
What do you
with
call
Janae
that shit,
Aiko and stuff like that. Like,
Well, no, I would just say that the women he was dating, like how
high.
they were like high profile women too. You know what I mean? So it was like, did Ariana Grande, right? He did
Ariana Grande. He dated some girl from Glee. I don't know.
He was hoeing out. That's what he was doing.
Janae Aiko, I think he was.
Was he really?
With the, yeah. I saw. I don't know. I just feel like overall, Drake has been the most consistent, and I feel like there's a lot of like real hip hop heads that disrespect it, and I don't feel like it's necessary.
How can you disrespect Drake when
like I don't say you gotta like him. You definitely don't have to like him.
Yeah, but how
but
can
you
can't disrespect
you can't
Jake
deny the legacy that he's already created.
But saying the singing thing,
this
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J's done it. Biz Markie, yo baby,
yeah.
like come on, like everybody has done this sort of thing.
Jay-Z, and this is old Jay-Z who did it.
Yeah, like
so. Actually, wasn't he the first one to do a real big one? Big Pimp.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like where it got
sing-songy like verses have been in the game forever. Outkast used to do it too. Like
hey, time
me
out,
and you.
But Outkast is an eclectic group.
Outkast is its own.
Andre 3000 is a what? You're not gonna say rapper. He's a musician. You're not gonna say rapper, right?
He's everything. He's fashion designer. Rapper,
yeah, but I'm saying when you talk about him musically, you do not call him just a rapper.
But he got bars.
Oh, 100%.
But
100%.
But
isn't he like in your top 5?
Speaker Box and The Love Below was not his portion of it was not a hip hop album.
No,
it was not. But so that's what I'm saying. I'm just like overall, you just can't. You can't do it. You can't just disrespect him like that.
So that's the thing. So I'm with you with the Drake thing. Like I agree 100%. Every summer, I know there's like 2 or 3 artists that are gonna drop some dope shit. It's Drake.
Like remember Kidding? What the hell happened to him?
Who?
Kidding.
Oh yeah, no, I remember him.
Yeah, like 4 or 5
I
major
think he's
hits.
been on a couple other songs, but
he's come out with a couple songs recently, and I've listened to them, and they don't got pop. They don't have Chris Brown.
What's happening?
Chris Brown is always boosting it up.
Somebody on YouTube said he's new to the channel. What's it about? So I told him like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's going on? Hold on.
He wants to hear some politics talk.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
Okay. Well, give us a question about what you want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. But with that being pointed out. No, Mama.
You sit right on the chair.
Yeah, you can sit right there.
Right on the chair.
Right there. Yeah. So
Who win 2020?
That is a definite question mark right now. Joe Biden is not doing well in these debates. They're saying he's the lead Democrat, in my opinion.
Biden?
I've watched a couple.
Yeah.
They're saying Biden's the lead to come in. And I don't feel like right now when the way he's talking in these things, it's a lot of rambling. It's not coherent stuff that is going on.
yeah. Shit. I was going.
Holy shit.
I was hoping
There's
for.
so many Dems.
I was hoping
There's
for
so
Cory
many
Booker,
Dems.
to be honest. That was me personally, but also Kamala Harris was decent.
He's still in there
I don't
now.
know.
Yeah, no,
Harris.
but it's just.
Sanders is not gonna win because he's gonna die soon.
Hey, chill out. Sanders would be my pick. He would have been my pick first, but now
No,
we got
but
4
that-
more years
but
away. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Is that's why people aren't going to vote for him for the simple fact that they think he'll die.
No. Personally, I would like to see someone
Think
like
he asks who gets the nomination.
And Yang.
I'm
Yang,
definitely.
yeah. But isn't Yang the one who said he's gonna give you $1,000 a week or
A lot of
I need
these-
a contract.
A lot
No,
of
that's
these
just-
Dems.
I don't
are
feel like that
gonna-
works.
No,
A
it's
lot
not
of these
gonna work.
Dems are like are just trying to say stuff. Like I don't feel like they actually have game plans.
Yeah.
I don't.
He said Biden's actually doing very well. Who's getting the nomination? He said, "Oh, interesting. What's good with Booker and Camilla?"
Just some of the talking points that Booker has and like where he's actually like served his on the seats. Like so when he was with New Jersey, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times, he came up in those areas and whatnot. So for him, I think it's more than just winning the seat in a sense. And I believe a little bit in the words that he speaks when he talks about like trying to help the inner cities and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we need to work on as a country and a society, is work on what we would say the struggling part of the country is. And once we can bring that up, then
the struggling is all over though.
No,
And
I
that's
understand, but I'm saying it goes inner city wise. I'm not just saying where. It's like,
and I feel like that's a big problem with a lot of the Democratic nominees is that they're focusing on the inner city and they're gonna lose everybody in the
they
outer
say some
area.
off the wall shit.
No,
He said Yang could never get a nomination. He's in it so he can write a book. Also,
That's not nice.
Joe.
Number.
Also,
Number.
Joe. Oh, I can't. Joe Biden is 76,
yeah,
and Sanders is 77.
Yeah, but Biden's wearing it a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. He is.
Sanders just looks old. He's coherent.
I will say,
I just think overall, I feel like I'm not huge into politics, so I'm not gonna give educated answers here. But I'm saying I think that the Democrats are focusing too much on the stuff they know that their base is gonna like,
Yep.
and not the stuff like Trump, for all his faults or whatever you want to say about him, knows what the people that he gets to vote for him want to hear.
Yeah, that's
Like I don't feel like they're trying to appeal to those people. I feel like they're just trying to
the
double
masses.
down on
Yeah.
what they're doing.
So if you ask me who I think is winning it all, I really think Trump is gonna win again.
Fuck.
I know, I do. I just think he's already established his fan base and probably won some people over while in office, actually doing what he said he was gonna do. Like he's doing things.
He's doing things that people want to see. The people that don't like him, he's doing the stuff that he said they you weren't gonna like. But the people are doubling down. I just don't think. I just feel like I think Biden is gonna be the Dem nomination, and I think he's leading right now, and the people that like him definitely like him. He has a very vocal.
Do you feel
he has a very vocal
fan base?
No. Very vocal contingent of Democrats that don't like him. But I don't feel like they outweigh it enough that it's gonna affect him.
Okay, so what I'll say about Biden is, do you think a lot of his followers, like just the general public,
A lot of people don't know. Yeah, a lot of people don't know anything about him or his policies. They just seen, Obama's vice president is running. Obama did well in their eyes, so Biden will do well for us too.
He was saying Booker's a cool dude. Only thing about him is the corruption he's involved in. He followed the steps of Chris Christie.
Yeah, it was twisted for sure. Yeah, I'll give you that. But I will say at the same time is that, if there's ever a time to like, just like everyone else said, give a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's always the argument when it's a candidate or someone that you don't agree with. They're like, just give them the shot. Which okay, that's cool, but the stuff that he's mixed up in, it was like, I think he wasn't like directly the guy who did it. But he was part of it, and I agree 100%.
But if you're trying to find a uncorrupt person in DC, it's just not gonna happen.
DC, motherfuckers say anywhere.
Everywhere. Anywhere in politics, there's corruption everywhere.
So let me ask you this:
like those guys,
Jordan. Let me ask you this: who do you like out of the Democratic Party, and who do you think is coming out of it?
He said, "You guys are doing well. Just wondering what your demographic thinks. Thanks for the responses." He thinks Kamala Harris is a bit arrogant. And he thinks that you're right. Trump will probably win. Unemployment's down. The stock market's very high. He's about to build a wall.
That's inflated, though.
He said Biden is very knowledgeable. Actually, he represented USA for 8 years. Sometimes was involved in foreign policy even more than Obama.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I was saying, do we think for the general public or whatever, were they just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for him because he was with Obama?
Yeah,
because he was.
That's what I think.
Well, maybe all the young people.
Most people that vote, I feel, don't actually do as much research as they claim they do or do anything like that.
There's a lot of people that will say, who you voting for? Okay, that's what I'm voting for.
Yeah, they'll literally...
Or they don't go out
and vote. I was
vote.
going to say, and I'm tired of those motherfuckers. Hold on. I'm talking to all you people who got a fucking opinion but don't go out there and vote. I'm tired of that shit, man. I don't want to hear what you think or feel, and you don't go out there and do your due diligence. You're part of it.
Yep.
Just like you're complaining that Trump was in office or whoever the fuck is in office, you didn't do your part to put your voice out there all the way. You wanted to put it on social media and shit. Go out there and vote, and actually, and maybe when you go take somebody else who might not be able to get over there and get a ride there. You know what I mean?
Actually do your research. So there's people right now that are already talking about who they're gonna vote for. Don't know anything about platforms. Don't know anything about policy.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is who, like Biden, Harris, whoever. They're like, all right, I'm going with them, and that's who I'm gonna stay with. Stuff could come out, and they're not even gonna listen to it. They're just gonna keep doing their thing.
For me, I think politics, religion, other things that people hold real tight to the chest are things that I love to talk about.
Yeah.
I like to talk about the stuff that makes you uncomfortable, makes you nervous, makes you a little aggressive because you feel a way about it. Yeah. That's the shit that I like to talk about. You know what I mean? So every time someone come on here and ask me a question, I will more than happily tell you what I feel.
He said that mad people complaining against Trump, yet they don't care enough to do anything about it.
No, they don't. There's people think because they showed up to one protest one time that they've made an impact.
They didn't show up. They just fucking posted something on the
internet. The protest doesn't mean shit.
The protest does not work. The protest will work. No. The protest will work. The protest will work if you continue the work. But if you just show up that one time, like for the women's march thing, there was women marches all over, and then the majority of those people just went about their daily lives again. Like, all right, I did something. It's like, no, if you don't continue the work, no one's gonna listen to you. You can show up in huge numbers one time.
A lot of that, there's that consistency of the grunt work. You know what I mean?
It's like nothing happened for the civil rights movement and stuff like that. If they all just went out one time and were like, you know what, we're protesting that you guys are treating us unfairly, segregation and everything like that. They're just not gonna.
Tomorrow will be.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back after that.
There are some cities though that you just don't fuck with. Like, those protesters are coming out. Boston is one. Yeah. New York, Washington. Like, you just know, like that. They're really gonna show out. They coming.
Mm-hmm.
He asked, "What do you guys think is the most pressing issue in U.S.?"
I'm gonna go with the racial divide and disparity.
I think,
which also kind of coincides with what do you call that? When it's like that social economical detachment. Like there's that space between classes. Like it's really
classism.
Not the classism, but just the disparity of it itself. Like how if you were to break down a percentage, like it's like it's like 1 or 2% hold the most all the money in America or whatever. Most of the money.
Wealth.
It's crazy. Like that's where I feel it is.
I feel like overall, the biggest issue in America is not just racism or everything.
Hold on. Go ahead.
What's up?
No,
he has a question.
I think overall it's just the divide in general, not racial divide. It's just everybody is just so against each other. It's like you can't. If you're a Democrat and you tell somebody that and they're a Republican, it's like it's just huge. It's just.
So his question is, What do you say to the racial divide argument that we are not a racist country because we elected Obama?
No, just no.
I,
Just because we elected
For 2 terms.
just because we elected and re-elected a person to lead the country, doesn't mean that we're not racist. What it shows, right? Because the same thing, if we were to look at it, the numbers I believe were the general populace voted for Hillary.
Yep.
And Trump took office.
yeah.
Now, if we were to go by what the general public is saying, they wanted Hillary in office, but Trump won the electoral vote, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, electoral.
So, which kind of shows that even in the voting, there's a little bit.
Yeah, but that would basically just be New York and California if we did general population. They have such big population.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like, there's a reason why we have the electoral college, but I think. Do you think the electoral college should weigh more than the public in certain areas, or like
I think
like the public should weigh a little more than the electoral college, and the electoral college is what fixes it out, where it's the other way around right now. California got 4 seats or 2?
I'm not sure, but
I think it's 4.
I feel like the electoral college is fair because I'm not gonna have the same
voice.
I'm not gonna have the same opinions and questioning on someone from like Idaho who's a rural farmer it's just not the same thing. So their voices need to matter, and with the electoral college, it will matter.
Represented by your.
Massachusetts is a very blue state, so I feel like for the most part, things I believe in are represented here.
Okay. No, I just want to see
but there are people in Western Mass that don't feel like that because they're more rural area and they don't feel that. It's like,
so where do you feel it lies?
What the question?
The divide.
The divide is everything. It's basically tribalism at its finest. It's everybody's just grouping together and picking sides on stuff, and nobody's willing to compromise or listen to anybody. It's just getting too bad. It's like there's guys at my job who, if you tell them that you voted for somebody else, they will purposely, anytime, like I told them I didn't vote for Trump. So now anytime Trump does something remotely good, they'll just come over and and it's like you're badgering home. You're not listening to anything I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
no one's listening. Nobody's listening to anybody. We're all just arguing.
True.
And it's just not gonna make any sense to me.
So what do you think about the racial thing with the voting in Obama? Do you think that does it change it at all?
Voting for a black person doesn't cure racism. Like it just doesn't make it disappear. Like there's still people that'll be racist. I was watching 90 Day Fiance.
Oh shit!
And the girl.
I love that show.
No, it's pretty interesting actually. It's pretty funny. But like one of the guys was marrying a girl from South Africa, and he was worried because his dad was like, I don't believe in like separate mixed marriages, like, and it's still like that was 3 years ago.
He's like, no.
Yeah, it's like 3 years ago. There's people that are saying like you can't mix races and stuff like that.
But even when Obama was president, how many people were like, "That's not my president"?
And
now they're doing the reverse. Yeah.
Trump.
But he is your president.
So here's the thing. As a whole, and I feel like that's the problem with America is that we don't have national pride. Yeah. In the sense where it's like we're American. You get a fighter.
Yeah.
You know the biggest fighters out of Ireland or whatever. Like if they're Irish, they got all Ireland behind them. Or out of Africa, they got all of Africa behind them. Out of even Mexico, you know what I mean? It's
Canelo Alvarez.
He get all of his countrymen behind them. Yeah. You know what I mean? We don't do that. We
barely pay attention to the Olympics.
And we apparently do really well.
It's because we always do well. But anyways, we have a lot of athletes and congressmen and artists and all these people that are American that do all this phenomenal and amazing bodies of work, right? And we don't get behind them as a whole. Why is that? I don't understand that. Like, I get it. Like, all of Ireland is Irish people. Yeah. But as much as we want to use the argument that America is a big melting pot, this melting pot it's not.
That's exactly what I was saying about the divides. It's just too big. It's too great. There's just
I was thinking of an emulsion. It's not an emulsion. Yeah. It's not blended together. You know what I mean? Like it's all the parts separated.
I'll go. So he asked, do you guys think that having 10 Democrats running benefit the party or harm it? And do you think that does it divide the party internally or more with Trump?
I think having this many Democrats is not good. It's gonna thin out, and it'll be better when it does. But you can't. If the Democrats want to win, you're not gonna win unless you're on a united front. Because Trump's base knows exactly who they're voting for. They're not gonna change their minds. The steel mills are dying. There's a lot of things dying, and I still see these people saying that they trust him. They're gonna vote for him. They're gonna continue on. So if that's the case, the Democrats have to be united. You can't have this many separate guys. It's just not gonna work.
I'm gonna have to somewhat disagree with that. I feel like the more voices right now in the beginning parts of it. I mean, yeah, you're right. It thins it out, but it also has.
It helps.
I'd much rather.
It helps for the conversation.
Be represented.
It helps for the conversation because the more people are gonna listen. The more people there are, people are gonna listen to what they have to say. Hopefully, it'll change other people's minds. People that are more inclined to win. Because let's be real. There's people that are saying good things right now, but they have no chance of winning. There's no chance that they have no. So
but there's
hopefully it helps.
There's so many Democratic parties that.
What? There's one party.
No, I'm saying that. I mean, there's so many people in the There's so many people running.
Yeah.
That don't they like attack each other?
They have to. You got to throw jabs. They're not going to win if you don't.
Even then, like you said, tribalism, but within the tribe there's also tribes.
Yeah.
So because I believe in whoever Yang whatever. So now I'm gonna go get the dirt on all these other ones, but we all still trying to, or the Democratic Party is still trying to push their agenda.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm tired of the whole bipartisan bullshit. Like, look,
you should vote. You should vote on the. I think you should. I hate the fact that there's people that vote for stuff they don't believe in just because their party does. Is you have. Even the senators will say it. Like the Republican senators will be like, I didn't agree with it, but I did it, and I'm like, why? You gotta.
Time out. Did you vote for Obama? I'm asking. I'm sorry, but I'm asking.
The first thing, I was too young. Second term, yeah.
Okay. Did you vote for him because he was black, or you believed in his policies?
When I was younger, I just voted for the person that I thought was cool. I'm gonna be honest. That was when I was younger.
I'd much rather you be honest.
But you went out and you voted.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's why
now
you can't fault someone like that.
But
he
now
went and did the job.
But now I try to pay more attention. I'm not clear on every issue, and I don't think you could ever be. It's just too much stuff to pay attention to. But you have to pay attention to the stuff that's going on, or you're not gonna know anything. You're gonna be voting blind.
Yeah.
Like there was people that when Trump first tried to take Medicare for all away and stuff like that, there were people that were like, I voted for him. I didn't think this would affect me. Now I'm losing benefits and stuff like that. And I was like, if you paid attention, you would have known that was part of his platform, and maybe you would have second guessed it. But now you're just blindly voting for certain things that you hear. Like if you don't agree with immigration, you're like, all right, he said he's gonna build a wall, so I'm gonna vote for him, and then he's screwing you in some other way. Or it could happen with Democrats too. Like you're like, all right, I agree with this thing, but I'm a proud gun owner, and now they're trying to register my gun, regulate my guns. And you're like, you gotta pay attention to everything. At least try to. Be slightly educated.
I like that you threw out 2 points. I like that you brought up the gun topic, and I like that you brought up the immigration. Because we all see how it's happening with the with ICE and all that, or whatever you want to say. Yeah. But I feel like even on the Republican side or whoever, we all still have that humane feeling of we can't be having kids and people in fucking cages. We can't. We can't do that. If we're gonna send whoever wherever, make it happen on as soon as we can. Yeah. And then also, if we are able to, and they didn't do anything wrong other than get into the country illegally or whatever, didn't go through the proper channels and avenues, we need to do our part in finding a way to help them get back in, because they've been here for however many years, part of the society, putting money back into the society because they went to work and all that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They went to work and then they bought the bread, they bought the milk, they bought all this, so they're helping keep the money in the local farms and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like the argument that just because they're not from here doesn't mean that they don't belong or shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? As long as they're going about their days regular.
We have to regulate how many people and who's coming into this country.
I feel that.
Yeah. But I think the way it is now, it is way too hard for an average person to get in.
Tell me
Like,
this right now, yo. If you took that test, you think you're gonna?
No, hell no. I couldn't pass the citizenship test.
Me either.
No
I'm
way.
sitting there like I don't fucking know who the 12th president.
And it's not even just that. There's loopholes. There's things. There's so much going on here that you have to.
Yo, I heard that shit was like 500 or 800 off rip.
Like there's people that I know who have family members trying to get in here that they applied 15 years ago and they still haven't gotten the process. Like there's regulations and stuff.
Yeah.
These people coming in also now that they've had to use those resources on them, it's slowing other people getting in too. So there has to just be a more regulated but easier way to get people. Because if it was an easier system for people to get in, we wouldn't be having this. I don't think, anyways, we'd be having these issues that we have now.
So as much as we're saying like the immigrants, this, that, and the third, we do all acknowledge that America itself, like the current America we are living in, is an iteration off of immigrants.
Yeah.
Now, hold on, let me just throw this out there first. When we had a massive import or a massive
influx
of immigrants the last time, where were they coming through?
Don't know, honestly.
Ellis Island.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Where they coming? Where did most of them come from?
Europe.
And did we have the problem then?
No.
That's all I'll say. Go ahead.
He was saying, do you like the idea of Yang, who wants to give everyone $1,000 simply for being alive?
Nope.
And Booker giving reparations for African Americans just because of race. I wonder, is it fair to everyone, or is America just a welfare state?
Okay. So I'll say I do not agree with the $1,000 from Yang, but with the reparations thing, and I'm just gonna pull away that I'm black. It's just looking at it because if it was another race, if the race or whoever did all this, I don't want to say work, but it was work, and also in the sense the way it happened. Because I'm glad this actually came up. When did Columbus get here?
1492, something like that.
What? go Google that.
Isn't that when he sailed ocean?
Yeah. But when did the first settlement happen here?
It's definitely not 14. I was just.
I think it's like 16. Something.
Yeah, I'm just.
Was it that?
That's what I'm going to.
Okay, so what am I writing?
When did they Actually, just check when did they establish their independence from Britain.
Why is the first thing that came
America?
up? When did Tupac die?
Yeah.
Because it just happened. Establish
independence from Britain. I want to know the day and the year exactly. It's the 4th, right?
It's July 4th, 76.
So it's July 4th, 1776. Now at that point, do you in like school history, did you hear much about like slaves and stuff? When they were doing it? When they established their independence, not, right? Do you know
He said 1492.
Yeah, that's because I said that. I was wrong.
That's not real, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Y'all motherfuckers got me like, what? Okay. So the slave thing, what are you looking at?
Was I right? Oh, I was right.
Columbus.
Uh-huh.
I was
discovered
right.
America
Sorry.
in 1492.
He didn't discover America first off, but okay.
That's what it says.
All right. So when he discovered America, okay, let's go to when they established their independence was in 1670 what?
1776.
1776. At the time of that the war, the Independence War, did we really cover in school? I'm saying in American history, did they really cover slaves being here at the time? No, they don't. So for all intents and purposes, we are led in American history to believe that black people didn't come until after we established our independence. Do you see that number right there on my board, AJ?
What?
That number in red on my board?
1619.
1619 was the time where the first slave ship landed in America.
Yeah.
That means 1619 was how many years before they established their independence? So they're still looking.
I can't do math a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, around
150 years.
It's a while.
Yeah.
I got you. But I'm just saying, like, in the case of argument is that slaves were here beforehand, before the infrastructure, before the building blocks to become America to what it is now. There were slaves here building it, right? So for the reparations thing, I'm gonna have to say, like, in the case of like the slavery and all the shit that they've been through and all that stuff, if it was any other race, I'd feel the same way. Yeah, there should be some sort of.
But you gotta have proof.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
Like
that's-
lineage
I just
wise.
don't
You mean
think that-
lineage wise?
Yeah,
It's
like,
gonna
you
be tough as fuck. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you have because anyone like a second
Second generation, yeah.
like Haitian could be like
Yeah.
I had slaves.
I'm black too, bro. Like, nah.
exactly. So you
I agree 100% with that. But what I will say is I feel there should be some sort of I don't want to say like give, but like reparations should happen in a sense where it's like something is reasonable too.
But wait for.
Because didn't they say it was supposed to be 40 acres
But
in a
But
mule?
wait,
the
for
way
everyone?
Or is that some bullshit?
no, not for every. They can't do it for everybody.
No, it have to be the.
You have to.
Every family that was like impacted heavily by slavery, yeah. But you'd have to be able to trace.
You have to have proof,
But so
and
what-
you can't.
but so what I'm
It can't be
asking-
too. It can't be too much at this point because
don't
generations is great.
We don't got it. It's as simple as that. We don't got it.
But I'm saying like so, like for example,
Wait,
Your-
what did I say?
what
I
ourselves we are America.
But what did it say? Was there something that led to that?
No, I was just giving him the dates, and then he was saying, yeah, in 1776 is when we.
Yeah.
He said, hold up, are you saying paying reparations to you and your family is fair? How about future generations for new people born after this president?
No,
Sucks for you.
No, I don't know. Okay, I'm saying with the reparations thing is that I feel it should be a reasonable, something reasonable should be given back. You know
For
what I mean?
those who were.
For those who were, but like I said, it's super hard to trace back lineage wise everybody who was impacted heavily by slavery. We can all agree, disagree. However, let's not pretend like there wasn't a time where groups and families were torn apart
Yeah.
or ostracized because of a skin color or used as a tool in this time where they didn't have a chance to flourish or work to get stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like they didn't want to work or whatever. We don't know. The thing is that they didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And by not having the opportunity, they were already from jump kind of put behind the buck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we already know how it kind of developed as it goes in history,
Yeah.
where slavery was. Hey, go over there. Don't play with me. Where slavery, when it got abolished, it changed from the word slave to criminal and things like that. So there have been different iterations of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like by no means, and I don't even want it. Like I don't want no fucking handout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get up and I go to work
Yeah.
every day, just like everybody else.
But do you think it would account for you?
I don't know. Well, my but what do you mean? Like we'd have to trace my lineage, but like you know what I mean? Like I
No,
only
but
have.
what I'm saying is that's what I'm asking
What?
is you weren't an actual slave, so do you still count because your family's lineage was in that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's I think that's what they. What are you looking for? Oh no, outside. You're right there on that wall.
He said, "Can we agree that most groups in the USA, either Italians, Mexicans, Jews, etc., were oppressed at some point or another? Why should we keep it only to the African American?"
Because how heavily it was. How what do you call that when you specifically like hone in on a group? That's what happened.
Target?
The targeting. Well, because if you think about it, like, and I agree, you're right. Like everybody does have their struggle, and I will never compare one to another. But when you start talking about these different like disparities, where it's as big as it is,
Yeah.
like the difference is like how long have the Mexicans been suffering, and quantity and quality of the suffering. You know what I mean? Oppressed. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just. It's hard to like. I would never diminish what someone felt or been through. At the same time, to have that conversation, you have to be willing to also listen and understand where someone else could be coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, for me personally, I don't want the handout. I don't need it. You know what I mean? I get up and I go to work like everybody else. But if we're talking about what we feel might be right or do, and I'm not saying do as in like, what do you call that shit when someone's like, not when you feel like you're entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's a thing. Like it shouldn't be that way. Now, if we're being realistic, it's damn near impossible to trace that. We're not gonna be able to. So if you want to talk about like a blanket statement, no, you're not gonna be able to give it to all the families that were impacted or affected by slavery.
Yeah,
it's not realistic.
Yeah. So he said, I think a lot of these people had about the same impact of oppression. And then
you're gonna tell me Mexicans struggled as much as black slaves?
So I said they weren't slaves, though were they? Question mark. I don't know. I'm asking. And then he said we can say less people went through this oppression back in the day, yet population was less and living conditions were harder sometimes.
So, but we're talking like, so when we talked about slavery, it was over 338,000 people, black people who, it was that transatlantic slave trade. Over 338,000 black slaves came to America. I think it was something over like 12 million overall that came out of the transatlantic slave trade.
25 to 30 million people.
Total.
Mm-hmm.
How many came to America? It was like less than 10%, I think. But that's still over 300,000 people that are here as slaves and tools.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they didn't look at them as human.
10%.
So for us now to be like, oh, it's not that bad. I mean, it's easy to just fucking shun something off, but you can't just throw, you know, like, oh, it's whatever, when these people at that time were living in such a dark...
Or literally property?
Yeah, literally. Like, that's the thing. At the same time, like, yeah, you know, and I'll stand by whoever's struggling. I don't care what race you are. I want you to have a good life and enjoy your time here on this earth. But at the same time, you have to realize what it is. Like, America has an ugly history, and we have to acknowledge it and learn from it, and don't redo it and be I don't want to say jealous, but it's like, don't be so like...
I don't know what I'm trying to...
No, it's like, I don't want you to have like such a negative like look because like, oh, they want the reparation or whatever. Like,
he said that you bring up an interesting point, that you should define, not you, like we should define the type of slavery, meaning exactly what they went through.
Well,
like in order to get the reparations, you have to be able to.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, when you start doing that, we're talking in such a massive scale. It's a grand scale where we're not gonna be able to cover it. Economically. It's not a thing that can or gonna happen because it's unrealistic.
All those people had kids and everyone else had kids. And...
He said, by the way, side note, I respect this conversation we're having right now, and thank you for it. P.S. I'm also black, but not American black.
Oh, thanks, brother.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard to say you get reparations, you don't, because how are you really gonna be able to prove?
It's none of what we're talking about now is easy. Like none of this is stuff that can be conversation. It's got to be a conversation. It's just not something
you
that
can't just reach. I think you can just reach, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, you could just come sit down in your chair. I just feel, you know, I want the conversation. Like, whenever it's something like that, be honest about it. However you feel is how you feel. I just don't think, because when you start saying like, oh, yeah, blacks went through this, but Mexicans are going through this. That's tit for tat, bro. Suffering is suffering. You know what I mean? Now
you can't compare.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though.
People do. You shouldn't.
It's like comparing kids.
But when we start talking about, when we want to start talking about suffering in the sense of like now, okay, there's not as much back then. You want to say, but yeah, back then. They couldn't even look at someone a certain way or whatever. Like, that's so different. Like, we have so many freedoms now that we're just accustomed to.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Emmett Till died because they thought he whistled at a woman. That's fucking huge. You want to talk about catcalling in New York? All these motherfuckers would be dead. Dead ass B.
Chelsea.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You felt the Tims? You felt them? Like,
the B. I wasn't feeling it until you said B. I was like, Tims. There's Tims there. There's Tims involved.
Yes, I mean, that was a good conversation. I actually appreciate it. Thanks, man. Yeah. We appreciate the questions and stuff.
All right, let's go on to the next thing.
Thunderdome.
I don't do that. Man runs down cycles.
Oh, that was crazy.
Sorry, what?
Kaylee, sit down.
We can make a comparison with statistics. I just think it's not fair to give reparations for this kind of thing, even if it was to other groups. He's saying in general.
In general, yeah, no, that's fine. But would you say that for the families and stuff that were heavily impacted, that never found their way out of it, like that they're still in like the South, that, you know, I mean, over the time, generation wise, yeah, you could try and work your way out of it, but there are in this system that we live in, there are things in place that kind of keep certain demographics and groups in the living situations that they're in. Now in the South, it's heavy. The jobs are scarce. The food is, you know, it's tough to come across a lot of the shit. Like, money and stuff isn't easy to come across down there.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. Get up, hard work. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But my question to you is that, do you feel the families that were impacted so heavily and crippled by it, you feel like they don't deserve a fair chance or at least a level playing field at some point?
I don't think.
He said the federal policy is not created to take care of this kind of thing.
The federal policy for what?
The reparations.
There isn't a policy for reparations right now.
But that's what he's saying. He doesn't think that they could get.
Oh no, it's unrealistic. It's not economically sound. It won't work.
He said local government by all means should get involved. Spend it any way they want. I don't think the government should do that.
But the government was also part of why slavery was what it was. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't mind making the problem, but they don't want to help fix it, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's one of those things where we're just gonna agree to disagree, or just have the different views where we kind of see the point or see each other's point. And that's a big thing, is like the open conversation. You're listening to what I'm saying, and I hear what you're saying. You know, that's a big part or a big step in the right direction. AJ's all quiet. He's like, I'm not black.
These conversations.
You do know you are part African, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. You should see my grandfather.
I'll take your word for it.
Same.
Wait. Oh no, you're right. I don't think I met him, right?
No, that was from my dad's side.
That's right. No, you good. Go ahead. Carry on.
What else you into with politics?
I mean, he's not really into politics too heavy, like you stated earlier.
Yeah.
I think for me, I just kind of I just like to learn the history of things, man. Like, I mean, I can't say I'm like 100% sound with like the numbers and like all that stuff with things, but I mean, I like to learn like where we came from as a country. I like to learn like the history of like my people, and be it like, Black American or Nigerian. Like I'm still learning like what my genetic makeup is as a whole. You know what I mean? And so I just like to see where people are coming from on the other side of things too. Like I might have a view on something. I just like to have that heavy conversation. You know what I mean?
Do you like business? You follow Tesla and shit?
Tesla?
Tesla.
I mean, I want a Tesla. This shit's a dope, bro. I want that Roadster.
You see about the guy that fell asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the mass bike?
Yeah. Well, they were saying little Duval be driving sleeping. Like he'll just knock out. And that shit'll take him home.
And they couldn't press charges because
yeah.
they knew that wrong.
Nope. Like I'm down for that.
They said they couldn't identify
He said no.
him.
He said no.
No.
Why not?
You gotta be behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but if your car's driving for you,
car's driving for you. But
what's the word?
I mean, I think like the chances of something happening. Are small, but something can still happen, and that's the reason they have you behind the wheel so that you can.
You can get there and get
because
human reaction time sometimes can be better than a robot.
It's not even human reaction.
Algorithm.
It's like if say your car says that there's no one coming towards you, so they try to swerve you into the right lane. But you see a guy coming up, like going 100, coming hard. Your car can't get detected because it's not in range yet. But if you do, there'll be a crash.
Yeah.
You got to be alert to be paying attention.
He's hitting me?
Huh?
He's hitting me, though.
He's hitting you.
That's fine.
No, no.
That
could be avoided. There's stuff that could be avoided.
Right,
you just gotta. You can't be sleeping behind the wheel.
Listen, I mean, not sleeping behind the wheel, but I love the fucking idea and where it's going.
Self-driving is gonna be good. It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's just
you already see it with the car.
No, it's
reversing for
already.
people who can't fucking double park or parallel park.
But
them shits is like literally taking over. I'm like, yo, like, and it feels weird.
It's not so much that I can't do it. I'm just not like comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Remember the Armada would like stop.
Yeah.
That shit scared me.
So like some cars that have.
They have like the stop in case you get too close. To cars,
I literally had like this much space from the curb.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think it's dope. I always feel like technology is always fun and cool to like research and learn and look into. Yeah. What are you into?
He said artificial intelligence is scary, not gonna lie.
Oh, hell
Imagine most jobs replacing people. Artificial intelligence is scary to me.
And
I Am Robot.
The deep fake technology that's coming out with face swaps things, making people say whatever you ever want them to say.
Huh?
It's getting scary.
The what?
Like they're doing things where they put your face onto another person or whatever, and they have you like saying
they like superimpose your face.
Like on YouTube they have
I
people
saw it.
doing it like putting comedians on with like movies, and that's funny. But like the way that it's going,
Yeah, they just
It can
superimpose someone's face, and then
it's gonna
like
get
there was
scary
a
real
guy. There was a
quick.
guy who
It's
did
gonna
that
get
shit.
scary real quick.
The guy was standing there and like they put someone else's face, like it was like
Yeah.
a senator or something,
Face swap.
Yeah,
something like that. But it was like extreme. Like it's super dangerous. Like you can easily, like you said, you can easily see them.
you
turn
can
it
have
dark.
people saying whatever they want or anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna get bad. Like it could get scary. Yeah? And artificial intelligence is getting. They're working on it. It's getting smarter and smarter. And I don't know. I've seen enough movies to know that that's not a
what
good
we're talking
idea.
about, bro. Yeah, I mean, I like the whole artificial intelligence with the feelings removed and shit is obviously, it's logically sound, but it's scary as hell when you have, emotionally it's scary because you don't know. Like eventually they're gonna be like, oh well, humans are obsolete at this point. Let's get rid of them. Like we need to have kill switches all around this bitch. You know what I mean?
Just in case it got
I'm
shut
talking
it down.
like, shut down all of Skynet. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Like AI is a scary thing. Could get out of hand real quick.
Yeah.
It can.
Oh,
it
for
could.
sure.
Yeah. Or it's gonna be like.
What was that movie? Fast and the Furious? Was it Fast and the Furious when the lady took over all the cars?
Yeah.
Was it?
That shit was
Yeah,
like
they
worse
were
than the zombie
send them now.
apocalypse.
They were like,
Yeah, that shit was worse than the zombie
That's
apocalypse.
But it
just
reminded
technology
me
in
of,
general. Is getting.
what happened to Monday? It's gonna end up being something like that first, no?
Where we get the like chips and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's coming regardless. It's already happening with kids. Parents are doing that so they
Tracking
can locate
them?
their kids.
Yeah.
You saw you saw Black Mirror?
I watch it. Yeah.
Do you see when the Angel Project or whatever it was?
Oh, it was
Archangel?
fucked.
The Archangel episode where the little girl got lost
Oh yeah.
and the mom went and did that shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then she seen her getting smashed, and
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ones where.
the rewinding time and shit.
recording-
That was my favorite episode actually. When the guy found out his girl was cheating on him because he took her pod
yeah.
and like saw. Anyways, all that shit is coming. The augmented reality and all that shit, and like having the things where you can like Google shit. Like we already got the Google Eye, where you can like look at something and get the price and pull it up online.
Yeah.
Worried about it. Worried about virtual reality.
I mean, hold on. This is a phone.
Mm-hmm.
What brand is it? Or what platform?
Android.
Android. What's an Android? By definition,
Robot.
right? What's the competitor of this?
Apple. Microsoft.
What's the
I don't know.
iPhone?
Yeah.
iPhone.
So you got Android and iPhone. Both of these you're locked into. I know, you know what I'm saying? All this conspiracy shit. I don't know.
Flipping this table. I'm out.
He said, we discussed some great politics. Have you heard about Russia, China, Great Britain getting involved in politics with bots, rallying people up in arms?
Yeah.
I
You ever heard
didn't.
about that?
Nope.
That's huge. That's
School
what
me, son.
Thing
I
was,
wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
like Russian, like Russia, a whole bunch of countries. It's not just happening here. It's probably happening all over. But they're using fake accounts, like burner accounts, to rile people up.
Oh yes,
make
yes. I've seen that.
indecisive. Like
Yeah.
they'll post like
Well, they said that
they'll post like a video of a Trump supporter or getting beat up or something like that to an area they know that it'll like
target
rile
the
everybody
specific-
up
yeah,
and make
yeah.
it huge.
They'll put it on like specific groups on social media and shit too.
Yeah,
right?
like
I know what you mean.
they'll try to make it go viral so
Yeah.
that it, like I said, the
But it's like
political
mass
it increases
hysteria
the
almost?
divides. It
Well,
makes
it is, 'cause
it'll add to
like
it.
you
yeah,
said,
it's just-
it's to trigger. You know what I mean?
that's what it's there for. It's
It's
to
looking for
cause
reaction.
arguments, to make it so that everybody's talking. Like
It's
Yeah.
reactive.
No, well, but it's not just like just throwing it out there. You're doing it with the intent. Like it's the same thing with the whole Russian. They thought it was like a Russian interference with social media and stuff. Like
it is. Yeah, that's what
for sure.
going on.
Like so.
And it's
I
not just
forgot who it
Russia.
was.
It's
Yeah,
happening
no.
all over.
Well,
And
I
it's
think
not
the-
just
I think-
happening here. I
I
don't
think the biggest one. I think the biggest one is out of the Middle East. That's affecting.
I'm not sure,
over here.
but
Because in France too, I think was big. Like it was happening to them. The FBI, the CIA up in here. What? Yeah. So that was actually a nice little detour to go down. Actually, talking about the politics and stuff and technology.
Mm-hmm.
now we're gonna talk about
I-
penises.
I'm gonna ask you, what game are you excited about coming up? What are you looking forward to?
Video game.
Yeah, video game.
Let me look at my list
No,
real quick.
just tell me like the big one. There's always like the big one. Like Gears 5 was huge, but
Gears 5 was
Everybody like fell off.
I was
right
excited.
now.
I was excited about, but I still haven't even touched my Xbox. Link's Awakening.
He said last politic question.
Let's go. What is it?
Can we discuss the Me Too movement? Do you think people are overreacting? If not, why is everyone claiming rape nowadays?
I was literally gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring up the Me Too movement, but I didn't, and he did it for me, or she did it for me.
He.
Whoever he, I appreciate it.
He.
AJ,
He.
you can open this one up.
Me
I
Too
mean-
movement.
What do
Me Too
you think
movement?
about the Me Too movement? Your girlfriend and your mama watching. Go.
This is heavy. I don't know.
I love this guy.
I think
Oh, that's what he said.
Me Too at first was
You
a
better be good.
was a power for good. Like it addressed stuff that needs to be addressed. There was rampant sexism and a lot of things
True.
that
Like
needed
toxic
to
masculinity and shit.
but all that, but it just needed to get out there.
Mhm.
But now I just feel like it's just
Diluted.
it's just like, you know, like the Aziz Ansari thing, stuff like that. It's like it's just becoming
I'm
Yeah.
glad you
it's
said
just
that.
becoming like a platform to complain.
I'm
Like
proud-
at first it
I'm
was
proud of the grown man you
at first
become.
it was serious. At first it was
He's
serious.
all grown up.
And there's still serious things coming out of it, and there's
Yeah.
still good work being done. But it's like everything, you know, people co-opt a movement and make it something that it should.
Yeah.
You know what
doesn't
me
need
and Corey always compare was the how the beginning of the Black Lives Matter movement, like how I don't want to use the word pure, but like their reasoning was somewhat understandable, and then it got like so many different fronts, and people were using the name,
and then there's videos of just like
people just
people
rioting and breaking into shit for no reason.
people being assholes to cops, and then being
Yeah,
like,
I know my rights.
yeah, it's just
Like,
like it's
Black
like,
Lives Matter.
Bro, chill the fuck out, because this motherfucker deserve every right to get home like you do.
Yeah,
but let
exactly.
me. I want to talk about the question too. Can you reiterate the question?
What do you think about the Me Too movement? Are people overreacting? If not, why is everyone claiming rape?
Okay.
He said, I'm a single male who loves meeting new women. It is fair for me to be afraid that when I break up or have one night stands for a girl to turn psycho. Me too.
You should
I don't feel like that's a
time out.
that should be a real concern.
It's a real concern for me because like the demographic of women that are around me are minorities and they don't play. Like if you piss one of them off or something, they coming for you. I ain't worried about them screaming rape. I'm worried about them stabbing me or something. But no. So with the whole Me Too movement thing,
AJ's like, fuck yeah.
I shit.
My car's been damaged on several occasions.
I was like, I wasn't bringing it up.
No, seriously, with the Me Too movement, I think it starts where it started in Hollywood and all that. Yeah, I mean, like Hollywood before, like it was like that whole sitting there with the cigar, being that guy, you know what I mean, and all that.
They made those jokes for a reason, where they're like, "Oh, so what do I got to do to get this role?" Like these are
there was truth to that
Yeah.
at one point.
It definitely happened, like, you know.
So with it being in Hollywood and all that stuff, and like some people, that's how it wasn't who you. It's not who you know, it's who you blow. Things like that kind of shit. It's real. It was real. What I will say is that personally, and I'm gonna look at the camera for this because I'm serious. I will never turn a woman that felt that she was wronged away. I'll never turn her down and never not believe her. I'd rather err on the side of caution and make sure that she feels she can come out because we already know if something really did happen, it's gonna be hard to talk about.
You should definitely be able to say if something wrong happened to you, if something happened, you should be. But it's
And
also when all that stuff was first going down, it was serious, it was important.
Yep.
But then there was like
Some of them
other things started coming out, and it's like this is important to say, but I don't feel like this is.
Who's the
important
comedian? Who's
for
the comedian that beat off
that.
in front of the girl, or on the phone with her? Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. Yeah, he did it in public and on the phone.
Hold on. He asked her.
No, he asked. Yeah,
He asked her. And if she didn't want to, she could have said no. But then, like, we all, if you don't know how it is, you can look up how it went down. But basically, he asked her if she minded if he masturbated while she was present or on the phone with him. And she didn't really give an answer. Is that harassment in a sense? Okay. But, like, at the same time, she had every chance to stand up and walk away. I'm not judging.
Or hang up.
Yeah, I'm not judging or blaming her. I'm just saying at the time, like, let's be realistic. If something is going on around you that you do not want to be part of, you remove yourself, right? And I'm not saying like,
but at that point,
Yeah.
she's an accomplice.
I don't know what the fuck you mean by that.
I know what.
Leave me alone.
Because
leave me alone.
listen.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
hear me
Go
out.
ahead.
Because if
Do you
okay, listen.
I'm listening. Go.
If
she's
you
just
and
like a fuck on her
AJ,
faces.
hold on,
Stress me
shut
out
up.
like accomplice.
Listen,
What?
if you and AJ are hanging out
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "All right, let's go to the store," and he robs the fucking store, you're
Yeah.
with him. You're an accomplice.
That's different.
You.
I get what you're saying, but it's completely.
It's not different
I'm not.
because
Because he just
if he asked you,
You know, he just whipped his dick out. It's different.
he asked her though.
Yeah. Okay.
But if she hangs up, how is she an accomplice?
By her staying on or staying present, she's now an accomplice to his jerking off. You didn't move. You
That's what I'm
didn't
saying.
hang up.
You remove yourself
You
from
are
it.
now an
This sounds
accomplice.
like
No,
You
like-
didn't put your hands on
I
her.
don't. It's not accomplice. It's acceptance in a sense. It's like accepting without speaking in a sense, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying like you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
By you not saying nothing, this guy just goes for it because he's like, oh, maybe I can do it. She don't mind. You know what I mean? It's one of the.
But did he violate her?
He beat off in front of her.
But he didn't touch her.
No.
He didn't make her touch him.
And that's
mean-
the thing. She said that too.
I mean, I seen a homeless guy jerking off on the bus.
What does it sound like? Oh, that's the TV. It's a bug.
Alright,
It's not a
go,
monster.
babe.
Go,
It's a-
mama.
Yeah.
We're almost done.
So maybe accomplice wasn't the right word.
Cicada. Okay, go ahead. Bye, mama. A fly. Okay, bye. So with the whole Me Too movement, though, I feel strongly enough about it because, in all honesty, most of my family are females. You know what I mean? And I feel like as men, we got to get rid of the whole "oh, she wanted it" kind of thing.
Yeah, no, you definitely can't have
That's
that.
not realistic.
But we also have to flip it.
No.
And
There
women-
have been women who have done it.
But I'm
for sure,
saying,
like
yeah.
for like, and like regular guys too. But like most of the time, you see like there's women who try and get a financial gain out of
Yeah.
it.
But you can't. So perfect example with the whole Antonio Brown thing.
Time out.
That's still gonna go.
Yeah,
no.
that's different.
I don't
No,
want to speak
I'm
on
gonna
that.
say this
Go ahead,
because however it is, however it happened, she
Mama.
felt. Kaylee, go. I'll
watch
find you
your
in a
show.
minute.
Thank you. Okay, go write your name.
Whether she. Okay,
Go write your name.
whatever happened,
No.
we don't know, right? She's saying one thing, he's saying one thing, but you waited over 2 years to say anything. Why? One, he was probably paying you, if anything, or he was
Who?
Antonio Brown.
He brought her on as a one of his
Trainers.
Trainers, yeah.
So you were getting a gain, and then
No. Time out. That is not okay to lead into whatever anything he did that might have been sexual.
no, I'm not saying.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, the first time that he did something and you were uncomfortable with,
2017.
you should have fucking said something.
In
then. You shouldn't have
2017, she
waited.
said he kissed her.
You shouldn't have waited years and years and years, and then and
But some people aren't comfortable saying stuff right away. That's
Okay.
Or at all.
So-
It's
not.
true.
Yeah, or at all.
Okay.
We
So
need to
then-
make it more.
so then remove yourself.
But that's not. That's where you come off as in a sense of blaming them. Like
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
It's
and
not-
I hate that argument too because like.
But it's not about. So if you were that uncomfortable, that two plus years later, you're gonna now be like, oh, he did this.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no statute of limitations for a reason, I think. But that's not fair. That's not fair to, and I'm saying this in general. It's not fair that whoever raped the person or did whatever. This woman now has control over you in a sense. No, listen.
You said if they raped her,
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying.
how does she have control over you?
Listen to what I'm saying. Let
Right.
me finish.
So you're trying to say that she's
So-
using this blackmail?
No, but that's what it is.
If it's rape,
Listen, if you did not want to take any steps to pursue any type of criminal case or whatever to bring them down, he said, okay, I'll pay you, whatever. You were cool with taking that payment. Now all of a sudden he's doing whatever he's doing with his life. Now you got an issue. Now people need to know that you're a dirtbag or you're this. No, you should have did that shit long ago.
So wait, you're saying
a
with
person
rape or
can't
just
say-
like sexual
She said it was
misbehavior? Yeah, rape is different. If you're talking like a sexual misconduct kind of deal where it's like taking his dick out or something like that, and then like
Either way.
yeah, no, I get it, but I get the point she's trying to say, but
I
she's
get
not
it. Yeah.
articulating it properly. Is she's saying like, all right, so say whatever happened, right? And let's say maybe they were talking and messing around, joking around, and then it got physical and a little sexual, and then it was like the Aziz Ansari thing. Yeah. It was just a bad sexual experience, if you ask me. Like a bad sexual encounter. It wasn't a rape because they both kind of made out and did all this, that, and the third, and then it got sexual, right? Now we're gonna pull away from the Aziz Ansari thing, and now just speaking, they go and settle outside of court.
Yeah.
And this guy pays whatever money. The money dries up, and now the girl got a complaint again. That's why there's NDAs.
Yeah, that's.
But at the same time, now that the money's dried up, she got no reason to stay quiet. Like things like that, or like Cristiano Ronaldo, the football player, soccer.
Yeah.
Either
I think
way.
everybody knew.
Yeah. He recently got charged for something like that.
Yeah.
Well, or not charged, but like the claims against him. And come to find out, he had paid her previously because she said like it was like she didn't want it to happen in a sense, like she didn't say it felt rape, but she felt wronged.
Yeah.
And he paid like something like $300 and something thousand, but at that wherever it was, I think it was in Vegas or something, like all his people, like his people and her people were there, and she said, oh, he revealed himself and then proceeded to have sex with her. And then she signed the NDA. They closed outside of court. That's it. You should not be able to bring it back up in a sense because you took the money in agreement that I'm okay now.
Like this was sufficient enough.
Yeah, because if, like you said, and to her point, if you felt wronged enough, there would be no amount of money that's enough to make you feel better.
But that's what I'm saying
blood.
Some people take years and years to say anything. That's fine. That's not the point.
Yep.
The point is, you're only quiet because you're getting money, and then as soon as the money stops, now you wanna reveal your story. That is not fair.
No, but like when you said the rape thing,
but either way,
but there's a difference between not saying your story because you are not ready emotionally or whatever it might be, than not telling your story because you're getting paid, and now that you're not getting paid, you want more. So now I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, that's different. That's extortion.
Right?
I mean, it's extortion.
Why are you being super careful right now?
No, because
it's not you to be raw.
It's not careful. No, it's not careful.
I'm about to be mad famous.
I'm gonna be a politician, so no.
Running for 2040.
But no, so I'm not trying to be careful or anything. I'm just trying to like process it and make sure I don't say anything like that I don't want to actually say. You know, like just,
that you don't mean.
Yeah, but it's just like.
That's fair.
Yeah, but it's just like extortion is wrong, and I 100% agree with that. Like, and if you're doing that, that's wrong. It's like, but also
there are women being wrong, like a motherfucker out there, bro.
But so if she now comes up with it and she's doing it for unaltruistic reasons, like because she's doing it because the money you brought up, but he's done it to other people.
You heard that word? That motherfucker said unaltruistic.
Yeah. Woo! But but then when she comes forward, and if he's done it to other people, they're now like, all right, someone did it, and it helps. So coming forward is still the right thing. Would be a right thing to do in that situation. I feel even if you're not doing it for the right reasons. Coming forward, even if it's not right now, even if it's
So what if?
I agree.
But
coming out is huge.
I understand that.
And I also.
However, what happens?
I need you to go. Give me 10 minutes, okay? Go finish.
10 to 15 years later, this lady now is like, okay, he raped me when I was 15, right? Like now, this man has a wife and kids. So now you're gonna ruin his, and he might have ruined her life, and I'm not taking that away. But you waited 10 to 15 years, and now you want to tell your story.
But yeah, and that's true. But does the time erase the crime, even if you've built a life after it? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Like if I hypothetically killed somebody 10 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago.
You would still,
and my life is still evolved. It's still moving forward, but whatever happened to the victim, not just the victim, if it affected everybody else,
it's true.
Yeah, it's just,
like I just feel like everyone's so quick to be like,
I'm not saying that you. I don't. It's complicated.
It's hard.
I'm just like you can't. just have.
And we can't even say, like, you come in, like, whenever you decide to come out.
Yeah.
Or tell your story that you're doing it because you were getting paid. You know what I mean?
And like in the case of a celebrity like this, like we don't know if he did it or not.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown. I don't want to accuse him of anything or not.
Yeah.
But
at
what point?
It's gonna stay with him anyway.
At what point? Antonio Brown is one of the biggest wide receivers in football.
Mm-hmm.
He's been huge since he started.
Yeah.
If she came out 2 years ago, people would be saying the same thing they're saying now, where it's like something happened with him. It's dramatic because he had a great year with the Steelers in 2018.
Yeah.
It's like there'll never be a time for a celebrity, especially because most of the time they're in the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a time when you can come out where people are gonna go, oh, this is happening to them right now.
Yeah.
This is why. And I'm not saying that's the case that she did it because I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, especially with celebrities in this case, whenever you come out with an allegation, most likely they're working on something, they're doing something, so they'll be like, so there's gonna be those people, the detractors that are gonna be like, well, he's just doing it for this.
Yeah.
Well, he just came out, like, if something were to come out with Dave Chappelle, they would be like, oh, well, he just came out with a special, he got paid, so they didn't do this, or like something like that. It just.
That's true.
That's why it's a tough subject. It's not one that I personally.
And it's not black and white.
Yeah, and it's not. Are people gonna do stuff? If something bad happens to you, are there gonna be people that'll use that to their advantage or like do? Of course, there's people like that for everything.
Yeah.
And it's not. And it's not something you can just what happened.
Somebody said that they disagree. Coming out for the wrong reasons is not right.
No.
I'm not saying it's not, but I didn't say it was right. I said that good can come from it.
Yeah.
Even if you're not doing it for the right reasons.
But even if you think about it, if you come out and say your story, you still got it off your chest.
Numbers. I'm not gonna lie. I think in that case, in this situation, I think the coming out and talking about like what happened to you, even if it's say it's in a distasteful light.
Yeah.
I think opening the conversation is huge.
Yeah.
We need to have conversation when it comes to these things.
Me Too is an important thing that happened, and I don't think it should be taken away.
Is anybody disputing that?
No.
Like altogether?
Yeah, there are people
like that just think the whole thing is bad.
Yeah, you gotta look online. There are people that are saying it was a terrible thing. Like
no.
But I'm saying it was an important thing that had to happen.
Yes.
It definitely there needs to be change, but we can't lump every case into the same category because if there's no nuance, then nothing can change.
Yeah.
Social cues and cues in general matter. You know what I mean? Overall. So we have to, like you said, like
but that's the thing
little
too,
nuances count.
There's obviously people that are out there that don't listen to certain cues. And that's where the rape comes in.
Yeah.
But it's gonna sound
just
really
say
insensitive.
Just say it.
But with the whole like nightcap thing, if I'm, you know what I mean, like if you're sounds really bad. If you're putting yourself into nightcap? A situation.
Oh, like at the end of the night kind of deal. Okay, so scenario. Give a scenario.
So. Okay, so
we went out on a date.
So
and I was like, "Yo, I'm wine and dine you, baby. Good. I'm gonna put you out there. We gonna go get dinner. We gonna go watch a movie.
Yeah.
We gonna go dance a little bit at the end of it. And then I said, "Hey, I'm ready to go home. What are you trying to do?"
Mm-hmm. So in my head, we trying to fuck. You trying to fuck?
Why?
Because we had already established our dinner, our date. We had a great time. Mm-hmm. Now we go. It's what, 11, 12?
What you talk about? We went. No, it's like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Oh, even later. Either way.
What?
Either way, the date is
like
done.
To dance. When I'm dancing, it's fucking passionate.
But so in my head, if I do not want to have sex, I'm not going back to your house. Nope. Date was good.
Yeah,
I'm headed back.
But see, that's you.
You don't. But that's the thing is, girls need to do a better job with everything that's fucking going on in our society. You need to do a better job.
Damn, yo, I just realized I probably look real bad trying to read that shit. I was sitting there like,
girls have to do a better job at not putting themselves into those situations. But it's also men. It's also men too. Like, you guys can't set yourselves up because then you leave it to
exactly. But like I said, it's nuanced. There's fact is everyone needs to be more. It's not just men.
It's on both sides. It's on both sides.
Everybody has to be more.
That's true.
Careful.
Hold on, let us get our ideas out before we just start reading off their comments and stuff, because we appreciate you guys commenting, but we also want to give you guys the best straightforward answer that we can give you, and a complete answer.
He had already said this and I was waiting.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So it's the second time he said it. No, he was saying that another thing about rape is that it's ongoing, and when a rapist usually does the deed, typically he'll repeat, so that you have to look into his
exactly.
history.
So that's why I'm
repeat
saying,
on the single person or in general.
No, just in general.
Oh yeah.
I think
Damn,
isn't
look
it
us again. Fuck.
Isn't it rare?
Huh?
I'm nodding my head like I'm listening.
I don't know
to
the
hip-hop.
statistics, but isn't it rare that they strike twice?
No. A lot of the time, it'd be
I
family
don't know
or
the
someone close
statistics,
to
so I
the.
don't wanna say it,
No,
but
usually it'd be like over a span of years, so that's repeating the whole time.
Yeah.
So here, okay.
Don't yell at me.
What? Rape bad. Social cues important.
Mhm.
Conversation important.
Mhm.
if you are just like, guys also have to take responsibility, like, because there's a lot of dudes I see that.
I'm probably gonna be 100% with you on this.
That are just like
no,
yo, like there's dudes that'll be like, oh man, you see this, you got to be careful nowadays. And I was like, you know what, I don't feel that way because I've never had that like situation. Like,
you're sitting there like
I'm like if you're saying this, saying this,
I'm not a raper.
That you know it's made because
I'm not a raper.
Not just in
I don't gotta be careful. I'm not a raper.
Yeah, but like just in general, it's like if you feel like all this came out and you were like, I don't know, that means you've probably done something. I'm not saying you've raped somebody, but you've done something that's made someone uncomfortable that you knew made uncomfortable.
And you still did it.
And you did it, and now you're like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna
where it's
come
real,
up or
where
something
it's
like
real
that.
nasty and bad. Fucking college.
Yeah, college is.
As much as we like glorify, everybody goes there to drink, fucking all that shit. Yeah. It's not always consensual. It's not always in the best, like, particular light, I should say. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just like,
what just happened?
These fucking people.
Did they say some wild shit?
Well, happy Flat Earth New Year. See you all at Area 51, September 20th.
We'll be there, brother. Yeah.
Hoax not negotiable.
So we're actually gonna be at the is it gonna be a festival? Let's make it a festival over at Area 51.
That's what they're doing now.
Let's do that.
They turned it into a festival.
We're gonna bring a fucking teepee, like one of them big old ones that they used to have in like an elementary school for the kids to go in. We're gonna bring one of them shits. No, teepee.
Oh, the one where they throw like this and then everyone runs out.
Nah, we will bring one of those too. Them shits is fun. You know what I'm talking about?
The one where they and everyone's like,
anyway,
get through.
We're gonna bring a teepee. It's gonna have the With All Disrespect logo and stuff on it. You guys come over, say hello, take pictures, and we hope to see you guys there.
I'm not going to
at Area 51.
What the fuck? What? Get a word of the day, Bishop. My girlfriend fell down, so I picked up Bishop.
All right. You're terrible. That was funny though. Why was that ghetto word of the day though?
I don't know. Maybe because
did that not seem like Mexican?
It definitely seemed like.
Like it sounded like an accent rather than a ghetto term. Shut up, AJ. Yeah. So, let's try and sum this up all together with the
What the Me Too stuff?
Yeah,
what I want to sum up?
Well, yeah. What are your final feelings on it or thoughts?
These are my final thoughts.
I got it. AJ's final thought.
But yeah. So basically, my final thoughts are what I said. Everybody in general. I'm not trying to victim shame. I'm not trying to force anything. I was just like. He said, what about censored comedians? We had a whole conversation about this earlier.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, no, comedians should be able to say what they want. They're going to make swings. They're going to make misses. Mm-hmm. And you're going to find something. In any comedian, clean comedians, you're going to find something if you look hard enough that you disagree with. Mm-hmm. And they need to be able to tell jokes. Like if you can't handle the joke,
It wasn't for you.
there are other people
Yeah. It
that you
wasn't
can
for
listen
you.
to that
Yeah.
that you agree with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't-
So for me, it's one of those like bigger than kind of deals. Like for me, it's like bigger than race, bigger than whatever. Comedy, food, music, these kind of things. They surpass the bounds of like skin tone and all that kind of shit. And I feel like as a whole, we shouldn't try and box it in like that. So when you have like comics find light and beauty in pain.
Yeah.
Right? And they do it through laughter.
Most
You know
of
what I
them
mean?
have really messed up stories if you
Oh,
listen to them.
And most of the time, most people been through some sort of shit, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as long as you can find some sort of a positive or good thing out of it. And yeah, sometimes it's like you crack the joke and like today, like nowadays. Do you remember growing up for us? Like at least like growing up, we never really talked or pointed out like someone who is disabled.
Yeah.
But nowadays you see that shit all over social media.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people who have like, you know, certain like deformations and shit like that, or deformities. Sorry. And they make fun of them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what's that dude's name that was real big? He's like, ha, got him. What was that dude?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Shit, I can't remember his name. But yeah, like that. Like that's the kind of stuff. Like for me, we never would have done that. We never, you know what I mean? Like you kind of that they're who they are, and you know you either rock with them or you just leave it be.
Yeah.
So those same people that are posting them up are the same people bitching and moaning about the Chappelle jokes.
Yeah.
Or whoever's joke. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you do that when you just literally fed into it?
You can't.
Like I was raised never to do shit like that. You know, I don't
definitely-
find that stuff amusing.
We're definitely getting to a point where people are posting wild shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
Well,
But they're
and
doing
also
it because
those same people are the ones that
keyboard
complain.
warriors.
Those same people who post like those fun, like making fun of people who are challenged and stuff.
Yeah.
Those videos, those are the ones who scream being bullied.
yeah, no.
Like, no, motherfucker, I should beat you up.
But it just, so for me, comedians just
Oh,
100%
You just can't.
need
If,
to.
if it doesn't pertain to the conversation,
not.
we can joke and laugh about it later.
It's all good.
It's like some racist shit. Like, I don't know.
No.
I think he's trying to roast us, but he's not
No.
doing a very good job.
Jordan said he hears you.
But
Like, he agrees with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of y'all. Whatever you say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love me comedy. I love, like, you know, I'm a person that just likes to have a good time. I just kind of like to get into like the deep shit too, though. Like I like to talk about like I like the psyche of people.
You like talking about things that make people uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I'll be as honest as I can too. I like to put myself, like, challenge myself to figure out how I feel and articulate it.
people
you know what I mean?
have the right to be offended, but you don't have the right to silence people because you're offended.
True.
is
Because
how I feel.
just like you were able to put your feelings
Yeah.
out there, why can't they put their
Yeah.
thoughts and feelings out?
So they might say a joke or something like that you disagree with.
Yep.
And that you just gotta take it. You
Just
gotta
stop.
either take it or
stop watching.
or stop what.
Stop listening.
Chappelle literally
Are
said
you victim blaming?
like Chappelle literally said in his
Oh,
new
shit.
stand up, he's like, you clicked my face. You knew what
That's
was
true.
coming into it. It's like, and you still clicked it and watched it.
I don't know how this is gonna come off, and I kind of don't care.
Go on.
Go on.
How we just said it right now. It's like you said you could have turned it off, and I said, are you victim blaming? Isn't it also like accountability? Like you don't want to deal with it, so you gotta take the proper step or actions you need to, like, kind of deal. And I'm never, I'm not shunning, but I'm just saying, ain't that what it is?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Accountability is a big thing, and I feel like in general,
Yeah.
a lot of people. I've noticed it in workplaces. I've noticed
Can
it
you go
everywhere.
get Kaylee dressed? We're gonna go get Chick-fil-A.
She's dressed. She's going like that.
Oh, word.
I feel like accountability.
I'm waiting.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think accountability.
You squinted to see that. I saw that.
Yeah, I
He
did.
said-
I got.
He said people have the right to be offended, but they gotta close their eyes, mouth, ears about it.
You can even
No.
voice your opinion if you want.
Oh,
but you
I
can't-
want to know what offended you.
Yeah.
Why you're offended?
You
and-
just can't be like.
But you
Don't say
can't be
that.
like,
yeah. Just close-minded. Nah, that never
Like
works.
if someone says something you don't like, you can even address it to them. I feel like you could be like, you know what, I don't even. But I'm just, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't be like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell somebody what
Because
they can't do.
Because
what they
when
can
the
and can't
shoe's
do.
on the other foot, they're like, no.
Because you in your life,
Go ahead,
everybody
Get
has
him,
said,
get him.
everybody has said something that would offend somebody at some point.
Exactly.
Like, so if you
Joking
want to tell
or
someone,
not.
yeah, if you want to tell somebody they can't say something,
Point that down.
they will find something that you've said that they will say you can't say that anymore. You need to not be on here.
He's right.
It's
He's
in
right.
general. It's
true.
just how it is.
It's true. And another thing, I learned early, and I heard it often. You're not gonna get along with everybody. Not everybody's gonna like you. So you know what I say to that? Fuck it. I'm living my life how I want to live it. I'm gonna try and be the happiest and best me I can be, and hopefully, at some point, I get some people that are like-minded and vibe with me, or even someone who we kind of see differently, but respect each other enough to talk about it. Like that's the kind of stuff you don't want yes men, like all yes men around you.
No.
You need to have people
'Cause
that
you
you
won't
disagree
grow.
with.
You need people that
to learn. You need to learn, and you're
Yeah.
not gonna learn if everyone is saying the same thing around you
You
all the
can't
time. You're
grow.
not gonna branch out. You're not gonna learn new things.
Well, that's why a lot
that
of
goes
these.
that goes for your parents as well, though.
Oh, but that's the thing. Your parents are where it starts.
Yeah,
Your parents are the ones that should challenge you the most early.
but I'm saying like like if that's all you know, that's all you know, that's all you know. Until
Are you
start,
speaking about someone
until
in
you
particular?
start going,
Oh,
if you
it
like
seems-
venture
It
out,
seems.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you see other perspectives, you see other things, you see that there's different ways to come at situations or to voice your
Come at
opinion
or
and
approach?
stuff.
No,
Approach,
I'm kidding.
same shit.
What? I'm just saying it's different. Come at like a
There's
little
too
more
many
aggressive, right?
people that don't get out of their bubbles.
Uh-huh.
They stay around like-minded people, and that causes
There's no room for growth, yeah.
if you've like I've
But
lived
they
in the
think
same
that
city.
makes you loyal.
Yeah, if I've lived in the same city my whole life, but I also try to go different places. I try to experience different things because if I just go into one area,
Yeah.
I'm just like it's not gonna move.
You better cut it out.
Wow.
No, it's sassy. Yeah, no, I feel like this was a good run, man. I feel like this was a good podcast altogether, and
But it always goes better when
I'll
No,
be
you want it
back,
to be-
son.
the open flow conversation is where it's at, and and it helps more. Like obviously, when we have like people interacting with us, asking us questions and stuff while we go, and I this is a project that multiple people who are on it believe in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things we're just doing for fun. This is me kind of just wrapping it up because that Chick-fil-A is calling for real. We appreciate you guys all for coming in and watching and talking with us and all that stuff. We would appreciate it, if you like, subscribe, follow, and share it and help us get this out there. This is something we're going to be doing multiple. We're going to try and do more than one episode a week and all that, but right now we're doing Saturdays. We have other things coming up, like little side projects and stuff we're doing also that will be posted on here. There's 2 other people who are on vacation right now that also usually do it. If you go and look back at our other videos, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Just, follow, let us know, you tuned in. What was your favorite part of today or a past discussion we've had? You want to give them your social medias and stuff that they can follow you on?
I don't remember them off the top of my head, so that's bad. My Instagram is Aiden Rivera Jr. RIVERAJR. And my Facebook is
you could just get
on there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tagged, I believe, if you want to follow me. And I'm not on regularly, but I plan on being on some more, so I'll be back.
Appreciate it, man. You're more than welcome every time.
Jordan said social media and social security.
Social
Okay,
security is
so,
actually on our social media. So go there, like, subscribe, follow, and let us know it's you.
I also give out my banking information too, so make it real easy for you to take it off. It'll work.
So real quick, you could also follow me on Instagram, drock208. That's DROC208. Yeah, man, we are here every Saturday. There are sometimes obviously like schedules like fall through. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but whatever. So yeah, we hope to see you guys next week, and keep an eye out because we do have a couple other people and things that are also going to be coming up. And, we run this ourselves and all that. So we might pop up on a random Wednesday or Thursday, depending on everybody or whoever's schedule. But with that being said, this has been another installment of the With All Disrespect podcast. And we appreciate you guys. Good night.